Yesterday, my life was headed in one direction. Today, it is headed in another. You ever think the universe was against you? Fear, belief, love, phenomena that determine the course of our lives. These forces begin long before we are born and continue after we perish.
Our lives are not our own. We are bound to others, past and present. And by each crime and every kindness, we birth our future.
I won't let you go again. I believe there is another world waiting for us, a better world. And I'll be waiting for you there.
You're listening to the Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
All right, it's the Outlaw Radio Network. Thanks for checking out the show. It is the 19th of July, 2023. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is.
A little warm outside.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Nice shirt.
You like that?
I was just going to comment on
I
that.
know.
You guys
He
like
looks
that
like
shirt?
he's going golfing.
It is kind of a golf shirt, isn't it?
Yeah,
If you're on AM and you can't see me in all my splendid glory, it does look like a golf shirt.
Yeah, it's a nice little subtle gray and charcoal gray with some teal in there.
Yeah,
You got the little teal shorts and the golf cleats.
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No.
He's
You know, I've
rocking
only-
the Adidas hat.
Oh, yeah, he's wearing pants. Thank God.
I am wearing pants, yeah. You guys are lucky. Have we updated the board yet, by the way?
I believe Isaac did.
No, not.
Earlier
No, I
today?
did that last broadcast. So that's.
Well, Isaac moved the 14.
Oh, okay. So the 89 isn't caught up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That'd
So-
be 86 days until
Yeah,
we
86.
broadcast without pants. 86 days. Hello,
So,
Philip.
so it just occurred to me, if you are listening on AM and you can see Kevin's shirt, Dennis wants to know what you're on.
Because he'd like to share. He's not even going to call and complain about it. He would just like you to share. So how's everybody's
strange?
week? How's everybody's week? What's going on? How's life? What's the haps?
It's my Monday.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday is your Monday.
Every Wednesday's my Monday. It's been a.
What does that mean in Tom's world? When you say today is Wednesday and thus it is my Monday, what exactly does that mean? Is it just the start of your workday Monday, or is there something special that
no,
happens
it's the
because
start of my
it's a
work
Monday?
week because we're closed on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
So that's my, if I get to rest that week, that's the 2 days I get to rest.
Okay.
So, and I actually got to rest yesterday.
You actually took a day to rest.
I took a day off yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay?
I feel great.
Do you have gonosip or herpelitis or what's going on? Do you have
Probably.
you have the vid?
Probably.
I mean, the idea of Tom resting is
No, it was great.
about the same as the thought of the French being productive in any way whatsoever.
Oh,
Or winning wars.
yeah.
Or winning wars, yeah.
Yeah. No, I rested. I sipped on a nice new bourbon that I made.
Really?
And yeah.
Oh, all right.
I actually took a day for myself.
You live in an alcohol heavy life, don't you?
Actually,
I'm not knocking. I'm just asking.
No,
I'm just asking.
it's really funny that you say that. So, before Black Ring Spirits opened,
Mhm.
I drank a lot more then than I do now.
Well, I would imagine that people who work at a bakery don't eat a lot of baked treats anymore. They just get a little mind
Yeah,
to
a
it,
little
right?
this-
You know?
yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's an excessive of riches, right?
But it doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. Just I don't drink for if I want to change my
Is this
state of
yours?
mind.
Is that mine?
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If I want to change my state of mind, I don't do it with alcohol. I mean,
What do you do it with? What do you? What's your? If you're going
Oh.
to change your state of mind, weed,
A little cannabis, yeah,
a little cannabis,
Yeah.
a little bit,
or sometimes a lot of it. Like
not
on
a lot.
like on a day off. Yesterday, I think there was much cannabis consumed,
Okay.
and like maybe 2 pours of bourbon. So it was just
When you say two, hold on. I've heard that lingo before.
a
2
pour.
pours. What is a pour bourbon? 2 fingers?
no, it an ounce and a half. But I don't want to call it a shot because it's not how you drink it. When you say
Right.
I'm going to have a shot, people immediately think
You're pounding
you're pounding it, and I'm not. So you have a pour. You're sipping. You're appreciating the flavors and the nuances and all that stuff.
Okay. I've never been a bourbon guy. I've never been a whiskey guy. I've never been a Guinness guy. I've never been a vodka guy, but I'm a tequila guy.
Well, we like you
Okay.
anyway,
What do you, Philip? What do you, or do you drink, Philip?
on occasion, and it's usually something dark or something bourbon.
So
Okay.
when you say dark, you mean like a whiskey?
No, something like Guinness.
Like a porter or a stout,
I don't know
a
what's
nice
dark. I don't
dark
know.
beer.
Oh, dark beers.
Yeah.
Dark beer.
Like,
or
my go-to beer is
something
Irish
whiskey.
Death. I love Irish Death.
Beers are awful, man. Paul took me out one year for my birthday. We went over to a Mariner game and we went over to Pyramid Ale House,
Which is no longer.
which is no longer, but
Which
we
is sad.
went to Pyramid Ale House.
What'd you have?
We got,
Could you see through the beer?
well, there were like 5 or 6 different kinds on this flight. So you had an IPA, you had, anyway. And so
I
they
love
were all
IPAs.
awful. Paul was a beer guy.
Yeah.
When Paul drank a lot more, Paul was a beer guy.
I
Paul
love a good
loves a
IPA.
good beer. And beer is the worst.
I like a good IPA with a side of a rye whiskey. And you
Really?
sip the rye, and then you sip the IPA, and then you sip the rye, and you sip the IPA, and the flavor profiles play off each other. It's really good.
I don't even know what any of that means.
Oh, it's delicious.
Flavor profiles.
Oh,
It's
come-
beer. It's beer's
come-
awful.
Oh,
Come have a drink with me
the,
someday,
uh,
Kevin.
The whiskey gulch stuff had that kind of grassy
Uh-huh.
flavor in the profile. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to having the master to talk you through it. You're like, oh, okay, I see that.
Yeah.
One of them I
being
couldn't
in a
quite pick
coffee
out.
tasting, but for alcohol.
Well, for me, coffee tasting, it was like it just depends on how much cream I put in it.
Oh, no, I love a good coffee tasting too, but I drink mine black.
Hey,
Unless it's Irish.
you want to hear my funny story today? And I say this is funny because it's ridiculous.
Sure.
A Broward County jury has awarded a Florida family $800,000
For what?
for a civil lawsuit against McDonald's and one of its franchisees after a toddler was burned by hot chicken nuggets.
What? That reminds me of the hot
coffee.
coffee back
Mhm.
in the day.
You do know the hot coffee one was pretty legit. Like if you ever read the details, they were running their coffee hot, like really dangerous hot.
Here's my problem.
no.
When I go to order a cup of coffee, I assume that my cup of coffee is probably going to be hot.
But chicken nuggets?
Yeah, let me read this to you. Ready? The jury found that McDonald's and franchise owner Upchurch Foods were liable, ready? Not because they were too hot, for failing to properly warn or provide reasonable instructions on the possible harm of hot chicken nuggets.
Were the parents not with the child
The parents were with the child.
or an adult? Okay. Wow. I mean, how bad were the burns on the child? Was it like on their skin or in their mouth or?
It doesn't give a lot.
Okay.
It says the jury
Curious.
awarded the family a total of $800,000 for pain and suffering, disfigurement, mental anguish, inconvenience, and loss of capacity for enjoyment of life. It includes $400,000 for injuries sustained in the past and $400,000 for damages the jury determined to be sustained in the future.
Wait, what?
I don't.
Injury sustained
Meaning-
in the future?
Meaning, whatever happened to this child was dramatic enough
Significant.
that there will be continuing ongoing medical issues, right?
Okay, so I am now one of those people who knows somebody who got their hand, fingers, extremities blown off on the 4th of July.
Really?
My
we interview
dumbass
them?
neighbor.
Can we interview them? I promise I won't be nice to them.
No, because they're like 14.
Oh,
And my
it's a kid.
comment
Never mind,
was,
never mind.
my comment was, where were the parents? So let's interview the parents. I will try to make that happen. I won't because they're like the meth family down the street, but
Well, that explains why the child
probably
was not
No,
probably.
supervised.
It's
with-
just like a crack looking house. So, but then again, hi
At
to Tacoma.
14, I fail to blame the parents because at 14,
I feel like both.
they're going to go do their own thing no matter what.
Mhm.
They're going to sneak out. They're going to light off fireworks. They're going to run the streets. They're going to steal a car. They
Just blame them retroactively.
We have a classmate we went to high school with who lost all of their hand.
who was that? Oh, Nygaard? Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you covered the microphone not very well. There's a switch on your mic, by the way, if you
I
remember.
forgot.
But it doesn't matter.
But you also
No, everybody
broadcasted.
heard you say Nygaard. By the way, if you think we know what Nygaard if you think we know, what Nygaard we're talking about, there's probably millions of them.
But his wasn't a firework. It was a burn pile on a farm, and he thought he would just, ignite it a little bit faster.
Oh, that's the best kind.
And the gas came back and blew up the can.
My brother-in-law, my sister, the man my sister married, wonderful guy, but he lost several of his fingers because of a firework accident.
Ouch.
So, it's listen, it's dumb. And again, knowing that I love my brother-in-law, I think he's an amazing guy, and he was a young kid when he did it, right? But play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? If you do things with fireworks, you should not be doing with fireworks. You're asking. Now, we've all done it. I've done it. I've had Roman candle wars.
Oh, I'm lucky to be alive.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, again, we've all done it. Some of us get really, really, oh, that's awful.
My friend, his reminder every year.
Every year,
Be
yeah.
careful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so you
He
should be careful. But I feel more bad the younger the kid is when it happens.
Right.
But,
Right.
Again, with this store with the hot chicken nuggets, I don't have a lot of knowledge about exactly what it was. I mean, they basically said $400,000 in future damages that they believe are going to be ongoing from medical treatment, whatever. So this must be really dramatic. I'm just curious how you have a toddler.
With a firework.
Well, no. How you have a toddler with hot chicken nuggets?
Chicken nuggets.
When
Sorry.
mom
Sorry.
and
Sorry.
daddy
Sorry.
love each other.
In this day and age, Philip, that's not a guarantee. Trust me, there's Tinder babies. I don't know how you don't. I mean, did you just?
Do we know where the kid was burned?
I'm assuming
I'm thinking. I'm wondering if it's like their nose or something. The way they're talking about disfigurement. Yeah.
So the problem I have here is, mommy and daddy ordered Junior some chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy and daddy know that McDonald's is going to put the chicken nuggets in a fryer, and fryers get hot. So this whole thing seems really stupid to me.
Well, I don't know though. Again, they assigned it for future damages, which means the child must have endured some pretty significant injuries.
Yeah.
At the fault of mommy and daddy.
No, I would agree.
Not the fault of the restaurant.
I don't think when my kids were little, I ever just handed them a bag of food without checking what was in there.
No.
I mean, is it the right order? Is it the right food? I wouldn't hand them the bag. I take the food out. I'm probably the one peeling the top of the sauce lid off for them.
You're probably the one, if it's a small enough toddler, cutting the chicken nuggets up into smaller
I'm taking a
chunks
chicken
so
nugget. There's a
cool
dad
off.
tax for Christ's sake.
Absolutely. The fries too.
But not only that, you're opening up the little chicken nugget box so it can kind of air out and cool down. I mean, that's just how it is.
And the argument is they did not provide sufficient warnings or instructions about the dangers of a hot chicken nugget.
Oh my gosh.
Can we acknowledge the fact that we are not reading instructions anyway? Can you tell me that mom and dad driving to the drive-thru are going to go, holy F-bomb, there's a disclaimer here we need to read before we feed Junior the pieces of chicken that nobody else wanted that were fried in hydrogenated oil.
Did you read what happened here? Apparently the autistic child, the nugget fell and got between the seatbelt and the leg and was there for several minutes before it started burning the child. So it was I don't know.
So it was on their leg?
It's still a parental fail.
But for them to go on to say, well, you didn't have, instructions, like who's going to read the instructions?
Exactly.
Like just put a little checkbox. Here, mark this checkbox that you acknowledge you're not going to read these instructions. I mean, come on.
It's a parental fail.
This is the country that we're in, is that we're mandating disclaimers that nobody reads.
There was have you ever seen the show Black Mirror?
No.
No. So there's this really cool show on.
Are you making this racial?
No, Black Mirror. It's it's Black Tom. Talking about Black Mirror.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
It's a show out of the UK.
Okay.
It's kind of like
The
it's kind of like the Twilight Zone.
I was hoping to be like a horse.
So every episode is its own kind of standalone story, almost like the Twilight Zone was back when we were kids. And there's this one episode where the main character has gone in and clicked the agree to terms on whatever on her cell phone, right?
Okay.
And so now there's a company that's following her in her life, and they turn her life into a reality show because she clicked accept terms.
Yeah, and that was in the terms.
And it was in the terms. And so, and of course the, terror of it all unfolds. It's really funny. So, but
Yeah.
that, it's stuff like that it's a commentary on nowadays. Anyways, if McDonald's had gone and had a disclaimer, our chicken nuggets are hot, they're cooked at 420 degrees. It's
so you don't have
ridiculous.
salmonella.
I just again, I feel bad for the kid, and as Philip said, the child was autistic, which again would lead me to believe that they may have needed a little more supervision from mom and dad.
Mhm.
If they're an autistic toddler, I would think that they would require a little more supervision from mom and dad.
Hmm.
And we've become such a litigious society; we just blame everybody else for our debauchery.
That was a mom and dad
And-
fail, or a mom fail, or a dad fail, whatever.
So it was a
Frankly, it
parent
sounds like
guardian fail.
Sounds like clearly an accident. Like, your child, here's your nuggets. No, shut up.
Yeah, I don't get it. By the way, where's Dennis? Dennis, I need you to come here. I need some breaking news music. I'm concerned about Dennis, and I found out why. Dennis! This is dramatic. This is dramatic breaking news.
Oh, it's dramatic breaking
dramatic
news.
breaking news. Where's Dennis? Dennis! Dennis needs to poop more.
Wow.
Breaking news. Researchers have linked if you take 3 or more days in between poops, you are likely for cognitive decline. Dennis, no, hold on. Hit the music again. Dennis, we have breaking news for you. I'm concerned for you.
I'm not.
Researchers have found that if you wait 3 or more days in between pooping, you are likely for cognitive decline, including Alzheimer's. So, Dennis, I need you to poop more.
I just got done dropping one in the bathroom right now. I feel
Okay,
like
good,
a
good.
brown crayon at the moment.
It basically means if you fill up with if you fill up with
It was
crap,
a never-ending wipe session.
if you fill up with crap, you're doomed.
Well, let's just say we're glad it all
No
worked out.
worries there.
Never. Did you say a never-ending wipe session?
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, man.
I'm glad it all worked out for you, man.
Oh, I just got thrown under the bus by my buddy Sean again in the chat because of fireworks.
Yeah.
Twice? He threw me under the bus twice.
You got to turn that microphone off when you're moving it around because it's causing a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
background
something
noise.
terrible.
There you go. Thank
But
you.
I've been told not to yell at you on the radio.
No, it's totally okay.
Mostly because she'll.
It's totally okay. We have people in the chat that treat
And
that
this-
as a drinking game.
And this is why I'm married. And
No, it's totally okay. Well, you're allowed to do it because people treat it as a drinking game. When somebody gets yelled at on the show, they take a shot.
A black
if Paul,
ring spirits.
if Paul says .com and I yell at him, they take a shot. It's the new drinking game.
If Paul shows up late, they take a shot.
Well, it's a big shot
For-
right now.
For every 5-minute block of time.
Yeah, right.
wait, I thought I had a different word, not shot.
Well, a pour if
A
you're
pour.
sipping, but
A
if we're playing
pour.
drinking games, you're doing shots.
You're doing
if,
shots.
if we're waiting for Paul, we're going to go from poor to broke, right?
Yeah, exactly.
or
Nicely
Comments in the
said.
chat.
Or
Tammy,
into broke.
Tammy said, Lori, I do know that the kid's skin will continue to grow and stretch. Burns are way more painful for children to endure. My mother was burned. She was an adult. That's from Tammy.
From Stanwood.
Oh, is that Tammy from Stanwood?
Yeah.
She in your class?
No,
No?
No.
Older, younger?
she went to a different school
Well,
in
I
a
mean,
different area of,
Lo-
or
Lo-
she might have been in Hawaii. She's a
Oh,
Hawaiian native.
Lori's in the class all her own, obviously.
And it says she's drinking. So perfect.
Wow,
Tammy,
Bob
the more-
Ross is really laying it on thick.
The more you drink, the funnier this show is. Trust me.
Welcome, Tammy.
Yeah, we'll get into some topics, some actual real topics at the bottom of the hour. I just don't want to open up any.
Wait, what? Tom and Sean lost eyebrows? We need more details.
Tom, how did you lose eyebrows, Tom?
How did you and Sean lose eyebrows?
What was his name?
And was that like
playing
one
with
each or-
fireworks. No, we decided that the usual fireworks that you can get at any of the Native American stands weren't quite loud enough for what we wanted.
Oh no!
So we got out the oxygen acetylene torch and
What?
Yeah, and some balloons. It's an old like welding shop joke. If you get the mix of oxygen and acetylene in a balloon just right, you toss it over next to the guy who is arc welding because he can't see anything,
Right, because
through
he's
the
got his
mask,
helmet. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So when a hot spark finally hits it, it's loud, but it
Mhm.
doesn't. It's not dangerous. It's just a rubber balloon that disintegrates, but it's really loud.
No, it's latex.
Latex,
You have to talk in the
rubber,
microphone.
whatever.
It's latex, said Boss Baby.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
we decided that balloons were too small, so we went for maybe a trash can liner. And
What?
yeah, we did kind of lose some eyebrows in the experience. It was a very large fireball.
Ironically, I have memories involving a propane tank and a what do you call it? Like a little, campfire going on.
Oh yeah.
Interesting enough, the conditions are right, and the bullet hits the tank. It suddenly evacuates itself and chills and puts out the fire. It was really
Oh,
it was a real
that's kind of
letdown.
disappointing. Could have been a really big fireball. Well, you know what a Blevy explosion is, right?
No.
Boiling liquid evaporation, something or other. Yeah, like liquid propane tanks that catch on fire. Those are really, really exciting.
Really?
But
What's it called? A Blevy explosion?
Blevy, yeah, it's boiling liquid explosive vapor. That's it.
By the way, kids, don't try this at home.
No, don't.
I'm sorry, hold on. Before we get sued, let me give you the following disclaimer. Exploding propane will be really hot and could cause significant injuries, damage, or even death. Please, we are trained professionals. Do not try this at home.
Yeah, use somebody else's home.
Can we record a disclaimer for this show to air at the beginning of every show?
Yes, I think we should.
I think we should.
And remember, it should actually be the CEO that records the.
No, it needs to be that
disclaimer.
ABC voice guy, like that came on before Lost. Parental discretion is advised.
Yes.
So I was just thinking the intelligent one of this motley crew could say, "Hey, these idiots that you're listening to right now might tell you something stupid."
Oh, it gets even better. Tom's dad is still laughing about it.
Oh yeah. So this was at my mom and dad's property. My dad had just put brand new windows in the house.
Did you blow out the windows?
No, but we sure tried. We had the windows rattling with just balloons, and then we switched to the garbage bag, and we got the oxygen acetylene tank taken away from us.
And the trick is mixing the oxygen and acetylene. It's like everything you need to burn all at once.
Yeah, but you have to get the
to
mix
destroy
right.
the world.
Yeah, you have to get the mix right, because if you put too much acetylene in, it just burns real dirty. You have to get like lots of oxygen.
Now, did you ever try Brown's gas?
Oh yeah, I make Brown's gas.
Yeah.
Isn't Brown's gas what you have from eating too many beans?
No,
don't talk about me
talk
that
about
way.
this during the break.
Hey, unmute my laptop really quick, please. Is it ready?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
That's perfect. Outlaw Radio. We're back after this. God bless Kevin Nelson in the chat. He brought up Miranda Lambert. We're going to talk about that later when Paul gets here. Paul's a big country music fan. There's not a lot of artists I wish would just go away. Like I detest Luke Bryan, but I don't want him to necessarily go away because it's nice to have someone to detest. You know, it's good to have people to hate. Miranda Lambert could just go away and never hear from her again. Never hear another album. Never hear about her and Blake's former relationship. Any of that. She could just go away. Did you hear what she did this week?
Two sides to every story.
Oh, I have to.
I'm sure we're here when
both.
Paul gets here.
Oh, I have to confess, I know absolutely nothing about,
talk about
the
when Paul gets
country
here.
music scene.
We'll talk about it when Paul gets here.
As one old guy said, he listens to both kinds of music, country and Western.
That's right. Nothing makes you want to dry hump your cousin faster than some country Western music.
What kind of music you listening to?
I know, right?
It's country Western music, man.
Isn't that supposed to be your dog?
Before I said that, I should have
put the disclaimer.
Oh, he muted my laptop again. Unmute my laptop.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Thank you. All right. We need to put that in the intro to the show.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think so. All right. We'll get into some actual topics next, including another IRS whistleblower has come forward in the Hunter Biden investigation. So that's gonna rile some people up, including St. Paul. Putin's on the warpath. Donald Trump is about to get more charges filed against him for trying to overturn the 2020 election.
It just occurred to me, Donald Trump is doing something good for the Democrats.
What?
He's helping them get out their vote.
Well, no, yeah, he is. He did that in 2022, 2020 also. People hated him so much they just had to go vote because they didn't want it to be him again.
There you go. See, there's something. Now they won't admit it.
Well, that's the question I'm going to ask Paul when he gets here. That's why I'm holding off on the Trump thing till Paul gets here. Because I'm going to ask Paul if he thinks it is just best for Trump to get out now. If he is just too divisive, caustic.
He won't.
Toxic.
He
to the
won't.
Republican. No, I'm not asking if he will or won't, because I think you're right. I don't think he will either.
Yeah.
But
should he?
But should he?
Or will he? Is two
So we'll
different
talk about that later in the
His
segment.
walk-up song should be toxic.
Yeah.
By Brittany.
See him twerk. That'd be great.
No, we're talking about
We're still on Facebook, right?
For 20 seconds.
That fucker would throw his back out. I swear to God.
Kevin, don't say that. I'm a very visual person. Now I can't get that out of my head.
Is this song for Trump or Paul? Just to clarify.
Trump.
Oh, okay.
Trump's walk-up song.
We could cue it up when Paul.
Back after this.
All right.
Outlawradio.com. All right, Outlaw Radio. Thanks for checking out the show. K-Dog, Black Tom, Lori the CEO, Boss Baby is here, DJD is here, Bob Ross is running the boards and the mics and all that good stuff. So thanks for being a part of the broadcast, everybody. We appreciate it. We'll continue to check in on the chat room to see what kind of comments are out there. Janice said there are 3 sides to every story: yours, theirs, and the truth. No, mine is always correct. Thank you. Ask my ex.
Wow. By the way, thank you, Janice, for being so gracious at Kevin's birthday party. Really appreciate it.
She was gracious?
Yes.
How was she gracious?
Well, she was sitting next to Heidi Hot Sauce.
Oh, she was sitting next to Heidi.
And
Hot
Heidi
Sauce.
asked her to move so I could sit by her when I showed up.
Yeah,
so
good.
I thought that was very, very, very nice.
Good,
I was
good.
bummed to
And
miss
she
it.
took photos. She took photos of you and Heidi Hot Sauce.
Yes, she did.
I think
I
the
wanted to
3
meet
of
a
us-
bunch of our listeners. I was kind of bummed to miss it.
I thought you guys were going to come after the mall days things was
Dude,
over.
we didn't get done until clean up and all the rest. I mean, it was close to 1 a.m. There was.
I was going to say they did, but you weren't there.
Yeah.
What's the-
Heidi Hot Sauce has agreed to come back up this way again at some point because she wants to meet Boss Baby. And you. So
No one wants to meet me.
everybody wants to meet you. You have a fan club. Have you seen the Outlaw Tom fan club page? Of course not. I haven't made it yet, but I will. All right.
It's not nearly going to be as popular as Foot Picks by Kiki.
No, Footpicks by Kiki is a very popular site.
I heard she's running a promo this
She is
week.
running a promo this week.
Isn't it like Cool Whip on the toes?
No, it's leather stuff. It's
Oh,
leather
leather.
bondage,
Oh, we're doing the
angry,
bondage theme.
angry
Okay.
bondage, like sadomasochistic stuff.
Mhm.
Foot Picks by Kiki, your full foot pick provider. I don't know why people keep muting my laptop. I don't know. I sometimes I want to just be impulsive.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing.
All right, let's go to the let's go to a topic, and I'm saving some for Paul. So obviously there are better topics out there, but I want to save a lot of the political ones for Paul. But I do want to if you're going to talk smack about somebody, the door should be closed. Anyway,
What you're saying, we need to get her a microphone out here?
yes, or give her a microphone out there. All
You
right,
could
I'm going to
do
get into
that.
this. So the House Oversight Committee on Wednesday, earlier today, they heard from 2 IRS whistleblowers who claimed that the Justice Department has politicized the Hunter Biden criminal probe, and that has pissed off a whole bunch of Republicans. One of the 2 whistleblowers identified himself publicly for the first time at the hearing. He's a 13-year IRS special agent with the Criminal Investigation Division.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Joseph Ziegler.
Yep.
In his testimony, he said he witnessed federal prosecutors deviating from normal procedures and echoed former whistleblower Gary Sharpley's claim that IRS investigators recommended charging Hunter Biden with far more serious crimes than what the president's son has agreed to plead guilty to. Quote, "It appeared to me, based on what I experienced, that the U.S. attorney in Delaware in our investigation was constantly hamstrung, limited, and marginalized by DOJ officials as well as other U.S. attorneys." So let me break this down into ways that make sense for those of you who don't have a law degree. Paul. Sorry. Love you, Paul.
The guns are coming out tonight.
Essentially what he is saying is that the experts, the people who research and prosecute this type of tax stuff on a regular basis, they came out and said, we recommend charging him with X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
And instead,
Hold it for absolute clarity. When you
Yes.
say him, you mean Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden.
Okay.
Now, some people have already seen comments and discussions about it where they say, well, this happens all the time. It's called a plea bargain. No, this is not a plea bargain. Because in a plea bargain, you're charged with something bigger and they knock you down to something lower.
This was reduced beforehand, right?
This was reduced in the charging documents.
Wow.
Now,
The IRS? Really?
no, this isn't the IRS.
I
This is
thought they prepared the charging documents in DOJ.
no.
Then
So they
executes
do
them.
they do the investigation.
Okay.
They send it to the DOJ, and then the DOJ decides how they're going to prosecute. Okay.
Wow.
So let me read this to you again.
Not corrupt at all.
Ziegler said he witnessed federal prosecutors deviating from normal procedures and echoed fellow whistleblower Gary Sharpley's claims that IRS investigators recommended charging Hunter Biden with far more serious crimes than what the president's son has agreed to plead guilty to. Now, that could be part of a plea. Okay? If he had been charged with the more serious crimes ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the DOJ got the recommendations from the IRS investigators. And by the way, I love moments like this where the IRS wants to charge somebody even stronger and they don't. And Republicans are like, but look what the IRS said. You guys hate the IRS. You can't use the IRS to justify your argument when for the last 112 years, you've been saying, but the IRS is a legitimate federal agency and they should be disbanded. But this one time I'm going to use them to justify my argument. Shut up. But
I'm not sure how you feel about that.
I just think it's dumb.
Yeah,
If you don't believe that they have any credibility, then don't use them to back up your argument when their argument backs up your agenda, because you've been saying they're incredulous for years.
Oh, but
Tom.
we know both sides of we
I
know
know.
both parties do that nonsense.
Oh, I know. Listen, Democrats are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The IRS is a credible agency. They carry out an important mission for America's
Sure they
taxpayers until it comes to charging Hunter Biden with serious
Right.
offenses. And they're like, no, they don't know what they're talking about. Well,
Right.
shut up.
Actually, I listened to part of it
Mhm.
today, and when most of the Democrats, not all, but most, their two themes were Trump is bad. Why aren't we going after Trump? And the other one, which I found credible, is why is the DOJ, on the advice of the IRS, auditing or executing charges against people of color at a higher rate?
I could give you
I'm not calling
I-
racial. I'm just saying that was interesting to hear that.
I could give you my opinions as somebody who worked for the agency for a decade, but I won't. Here's what Sharpley said. Sharpley was the first IRS whistleblower. Quote, when the subject's father, Joe Biden, is somehow related to the finances of the subject, in the normal course of any investigation, we would have to get that information to properly vet the financial flows of money and determine what we end up charging. Sharpley said, adding that his team was blocked from running down leads related to the president.
By who were they?
By the
blocked
DOJ.
By the DOJ.
And IRS
Okay.
higher-ups.
Okay.
Listen, do I believe that Joe Biden made a phone call to the DOJ and said, please get my son off the hook? I don't know.
Probably his chief of staff. Don't
Or,
you
or
think? Yeah.
maybe an underling. Maybe nobody even had to call.
Right.
Look,
True.
You're
DNC.
investigating you're investigating your ultimate boss's son.
Mhm.
You work for Starbucks and you're investigating the boss's son.
Mhm.
I don't think the owner of Starbucks has to call you to say, could you go a little easy on him?
Mhm.
Because I think it's implied that
Right.
you need to go easy on him.
Mhm.
So am I saying Joe Biden has committed any criminal wrongdoing? I have seen no evidence to suggest that. There are no paper trails that have been released yet.
Mhm.
No phone calls, no emails, no text messages. So I'm not going to go that route.
Mhm.
I'm also intelligent enough to know, shut up. I'm also intelligent enough to know that you don't have to ask. It is inherently implied because he is the boss's 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 boss, and he controls the lifespan in civil service for everybody under him. And remember, the person that runs the IRS is appointed by whom? The president of the United States. Everybody that works under the head of the IRS is appointed by whom? The head of the IRS or their subsidiaries. This is etch-a-sketch easy to draw a line from everybody involved in the investigation to a higher up, to a higher up, to a higher up, to the head of the IRS, to the president, to the director of the Treasury, to the president of the United States. So, do I believe that Biden did anything illegal? Not yet. But I do believe it is implied. Philip, you might want to turn your mic off if she's talking to the dog. It is implied that there is overreaching influence without saying a word.
Mm-hmm.
My children know not to do certain things because they know that dad is not going to be happy with it. And they're teenage girls.
Well, some of them probably know to do it just to get dad.
Yeah, just to get dad pissed off. Trust me, that happens all the time.
Of course, as a side note, Etch-a-Sketch easy. Have you
Etch-a-sketch
ever tried
easy.
to draw a line with an Etch-a-Sketch?
But I'm just saying, two dumb fingers can draw a line in Etch-a-Sketch. It may not be a straight line,
It's okay,
but two
Bob
dumb
Ross.
fingers can do it.
I'm in the same club with you. It's okay.
Oh,
I love the Etch-a-Sketch, by the way. love
I
the
can make
Etch-a-Sketch.
straight lines going left and right and up and down. That's about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My kids know not to do certain things because dad will be unhappy. I don't have to tell them not to do it because I'll be unhappy. They know. The people that are in higher places in the federal government. Listen, I'm a federal monkey. Okay. I've worked for the federal government for literally the last 13 and a half years. The higher up you get, the less crap you want to catch. The higher up you
Facts.
get, the more you are, and I don't mean this negatively, but it's true, the more in bed you are with the people above you.
Mm-hmm.
A GS5, GS6, well, they probably don't care what their managers think. They just want to make sure they get their paycheck every week. A GS13, a GS14, yeah, they're making sure that they're on their boss's good sides.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's fine. There's a level of ownership to your position. I'm not knocking anybody.
Well, there's also a significant difference in pay there.
There is.
Yeah.
There is, yeah. A significant difference in pay, in benefits, in hours, in salary, in power, in what happens if you lose your job. If you're a GS5, GS6, you lose your job, you can go make that much money working at McDonald's right now. Hand to God.
Yep.
Okay.
Go to Costco. You know, work the front door. Get good
Yeah.
benefits.
The investigation has to be handled. I don't mean by the House, because the House is severely Republican strong and they want to make a political statement with the investigation. So I don't want the House of Representatives doing it. But at some point,
What about a nonpartisan special counsel? I don't even know if that's appropriate under the law.
No, that was a whole 10-minute argument today, too. Special attorney versus special counsel.
well, and you need a special counsel. Here's the problem. Who appoints a special counsel?
Well,
The
yeah, it's
president.
going
The
to be
president of the goddamn country,
Mm-hmm.
which, I mean,
how do you find someone who's not biased in this?
you don't.
But-
That's the problem.
But who appoints the special attorney?
I think the special attorney is selected by somebody at the DOJ.
Okay.
Probably Merrick Garland. Probably the attorney general would select the special attorney. Who works? Merrick Garland got the job by whom? Joe Biden. He works at the discretion of the president.
Mhm.
All of this stuff is icky and slanted and tilted. What we need is the Supreme Court
There you go.
to appoint, but it's not in their job description.
No, true.
You would have to modify the Constitution.
Mhm.
You'd have to modify the terms and conditions of the Supreme Court to give them that power. But I think they should have it because they should be, although they're not, they should be a non-political body.
Mhm.
And they should non-politically pick somebody to lead the investigation.
Never going to happen.
But no, it's not. It's never going to happen. Because the executive branch would have to give up some power. They're not going to want to do that. And the executive and the legislative branch would have to give up some power.
Oh, I mean,
and they don't want to do it.
yeah, but even in a perfect world and all that were to come about, there'd still
It'd still be
unbiased.
political.
Yeah, it'd still be biased.
They just need to get the Dalai Lama to appoint
Yeah,
some
it'd still
Buddhist
be
monk.
slanted. There you go. Yeah, have a Buddhist monk come.
I do think it's really dangerous though.
Sell tickets.
I think this whole thing is really dangerous because at least in Watergate, enough Republicans saw the error of Nixon's ways
Mm-hmm.
that they were going to impeach him.
That's not going to happen.
They
now.
were going to run his ass out of town on a rail if he had not resigned.
There's
I mean-
no way that happened now.
Yeah, isn't that the top? I mean, when you say there's got to be a solution, isn't that the solution? Is you got the president at the top of being in charge, but then you have the Congress has a position of authority should they need to exercise it.
Yeah, but the problem is, you're right. That's how the system's designed. That there should be checks and balances, but there's not now, because Democrats in the Senate are going to stand by their guy no matter what, and Republicans in the House are going to hate Biden no matter what. Biden could literally solve cancer, stop human trafficking around the world, give us peace in the Middle East, and somehow stop Luke Bryan from making another album.
And Republicans will still
Republicans
hate him.
will still hate him and cry about all the jobs
Hold on,
lost.
You throw in Luke Bryan, that's a pretty
Tall order.
I don't know. Some Republicans might get behind that. I'm firmly of the belief that no matter what happens, we are past the point of realistic, comprehensive discourse.
Hey, you know what else fixes this?
Hold on,
An
wait,
election?
wait. I'm going to challenge my inner Karnak the Great.
Yeah, go
For those of you, do you guys remember Karnak the Great?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
What
else?
else fixes this?
I'm gonna hold on. What did he do?
Yeah, we did
we
three
have
things.
we have so many listeners who have no idea who Karnak the Great is. If you don't know who Karnak the Great is, please, for the love of all things holy, go onto YouTube after this show and look up Karnak the Great. So hold on. He would hold up
Oh yeah,
a
that's
piece of
right.
paper to his head, and he would say, "Libertarians, Green Party, Socialist Party." And then he would open the envelope and he would say, 3 things that Tom believed could lead to the end of the two-party system. See, I mean, that's what you're going to say, right?
Well, a third party would
You're
solve
like
that
channeling
problem.
40 years ago Johnny Carson.
I know. Isn't that
Love
great?
it.
I love Johnny Carson, man. He was awesome.
Yeah.
So much better than the douche canoes that we have doing late night comedy now.
You
Go
ever
ahead, Tom. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, I was. You're absolutely correct. Yes, I third party.
Yeah.
Third party fixes it.
I would love it if a third party fixed it.
It will.
But
I
a
mean,
third
we'll never
party
get there.
won't. A third
we'll
party
never
won't
get
fix
there.
it because we'll never elect a third party, because nobody believes they can elect a third party, so they believe that their vote will be wasted on the third party, thus guaranteeing that we'll never elect a third party.
No, because we've had parties come and go in this country's past. So I just don't think we're ever going to get to the point where we don't have, 2, where there's a pendulum going left, right, left, right.
You see in other countries, you see Canada, you see Britain.
There are other countries
They're
that have
very-
more,
very diverse in their parties.
yeah, we'll never get there. I mean, the names will probably change, but they will be by and large conservative and liberal, and it'll
Yeah.
just pendulum
If you
back
have a new
and
party,
forth the
we'll
way
call
it
them the
has been.
Rhinos.
I think we
The
are.
moderates.
I think we are at risk of watching something happen that has not happened since the mid 1800s. I think we could see a new party show up and eclipse the Republican Party. Okay.
Potentially.
Remember, before Lincoln was elected, the Republican Party really didn't exist.
It wasn't like the Whigs.
Yeah, there were the Whigs were out there, all of that, right? So it took something massive and monumental for a third party to come in.
Like pushing for the abolishing of slavery.
Abolishment of slavery. There were some other tax issues, states' rights issues that were dividing things as well. But it took something significant. And there was never a time in this country where there were 3 parties that were worth a damn. Because the Whigs were on their way out when the Republican Party decided to show up.
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's kind of like today where there's no parties worth a damn.
Well, I'm worth a damn with political power. I didn't mean.
okay.
I can't speak to how effective the Whigs were in the mid 1800s.
Yeah,
I wasn't here.
We weren't there.
So basically, the Democrats have just had their continuing party, but we had the transition to the Whigs, so the Republican, essentially.
Yeah, but remember, so Democrats have evolved over time, right? I mean,
Yeah, because
again,
didn't they
I
start
don't
as
know if
federalists?
evolve the right word.
They started out as
The Federalist Party, I thought.
so it gets really weird, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a time in this country where Democrats were very much more about states' rights issues, and Democrats very much supported slavery and the slave trade, and Republicans were anti-slavery.
Mhm.
And by the way, I love when Republicans bring that up. Well, we were the party that freed the slaves. Yeah, 160 years ago.
Right.
Platforms have obviously changed.
Oh,
not
there've
not
been
that they're
some-
advocating for slavery, but it's not. You
There have been
can't
some
compare
weird
the two.
flip flops.
There's been a lot of interesting flip flops in the parties. I think the Republican Party is on the verge of irrelevancy because they still continue to hold on to things that a majority of the country does not agree with. The opposition to LGBTQ rights, the opposition in some pockets of the country to gay marriage, the doubling down on abortion. I think most Americans can say we support abortion, but we understand there have to be limits.
Mm-hmm.
But what Republicans have done in some states, Idaho included, have said, nope, total complete regulation, 100% of limits. You can't, we're going to try to stop you from leaving the state. And I think it's a bridge too far.
Right.
You know what I mean?
agree with that.
And I could see a conservative party, not today, not in the 2024 election, but I could see a conservative party wedging itself in the middle of those
in the next
saying,
10 years.
Yeah, saying we believe in fiscal conservatism. We believe in limiting our spending. We believe in some of the same tenements that the Republican Party believes in, a strong military, all of that, but without infringing on a lot of these social issues that if you were a true Republican, a true conservative, your nose would be out of it because most Republicans are supposed to be in favor of self-determination. And my self-determination says, if you're a guy named Bob and you're an adult and you want to wander around town in a dress, more power to you.
Have fun.
But that's not the issue with that issue.
But it is.
I have to be okay with Bob running around in a dress. I don't have to be okay
No,
with that.
but I think that the
Sorry,
snarky comments, the schmarminess, the side jabs that are made, the comments that I see a lot on social media, like slamming people that do that. Like if you're a true conservative, you shouldn't care. There shouldn't be room to be snarky about it or to make comments. Comments are made all the time.
I'm not sure if that's. I don't know if that's the Republican Party of today.
I think is social media the place to find the best and brightest? Really?
No, that's a good.
No,
question.
listen. I have friends. I'm not going to name their names, but I have friends that are stalwart conservatives. That when I'm talking to them and they see somebody, there has to be a comment made, something under your breath. Yeah, I hear it all the time.
Well, so I mean,
and again, Democrats do it too. Please don't pretend that I'm on this island where I think Republicans do everything wrong. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I expect that from Democrats. I really do. I expect Democrats to be lousy, judgmental, snobby, overeducated, overprivileged
elitist.
whiners.
Yeah.
I expect that from all of you. Every last one of you. That's what you become.
Damn.
But I expect Republicans to be the exact opposite.
No, but Republicans, I think honestly the opposite of that as far as the Republican Party goes has become like the not only fiscally but socially conservative religious right. You know, the puritanical.
Sure, that's some of it.
Yeah, I think that's what has taken over the Republican Party and become, right or wrong, the image.
The image, and it's a minority of Republicans. It is not a majority, but it has become the face
it's
of
the image,
Republicans.
and that's what's killing the party.
The loudest.
Yeah.
In the group. Yeah.
So I could see a conservative party showing up. Maybe they'll call it the national. No, they won't call them the nationalists because
that'll go over well.
Call themselves the American Party or whatever you want to call it, right? Where they focus still on the same fiscal, because I think most Americans understand fiscal responsibility. I really do. Listen, if the Republicans could get out of their way, if they could take a libertarian approach to some of these social issues.
Don't say that.
No. If they could take a libertarian approach to some of the social issues, not all of them. Libertarians are far too wishy-washy and ambivalent on things like federal military spending. And you know,
no, that's not true at all.
You guys don't want any military spending. You don't want any troops out of. Well, maybe you don't.
Okay, you know how you know how every party has its kind of spectrum.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, okay, so the Libertarian Party, we have to accept our wackos too,
Mhm.
and our wackos happen to be the like the absolute anarchists.
Free
Right.
love,
Right.
free spirit.
But
yeah, and that's too far, right? And
Okay.
and then there's someone. Hell, I'm sitting right here. I'll use myself as an example.
Mhm.
Most libertarians will tell you no, taxation is theft. If we go back to the the good old Declaration and the Constitution and all of our founding documents, it's right there on paper. You know, that Congress has the right to levy taxes, but those taxes have to be fair and equitable, and so on and so forth, which they're not, and that's where my problem is. Right? I get that we have to have taxation because we have to have a police force, we have to have a military,
Mhm.
we have to have some things to make this country be what this country is. So, and honestly, I think that attitude is the vast majority of most libertarians. I was like,
You think so?
We get it.
Don't you think that most libertarians want to bring home most of the troops from overseas?
I would say most libertarians want to see a greatly downsized military. So, yeah, for the most part, most of the conflicts overseas are not our business. We don't belong in them. We should keep our nose out.
Okay. Yeah, I disagree with you on that completely. We'll talk about that later. Update for the listeners. Paul will not be in tonight. He's got some stuff going on at home. And so we are...
So start your drinking now.
Start your drinking now and keep pounding them.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the drinking game that Lori posted in chat, the drinking game word for the night is IRS. So if you're playing the Outlaw drinking game, I just said IRS twice.
Ooh, dun, dun, dun. Good news. All right. I'm not going to argue libertarian politics with you. I want to back to this Hunter Biden thing that we started with.
Okay.
Something has to give here.
Yes. Well, I mean, Hunter
something...
Biden's the one that started us down that rabbit hole because we're trying to figure out a fair and equitable way for Hunter Biden to be investigated without, saying, "Oh, gee, we're investigating the boss's kid."
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the problem. The problem is that right now it looks like, whether it's true or not, we will never know if it's true or not. It looks like Hunter Biden's been given a free pass. He's going to plead guilty to charges that are not going to land him a day in jail.
Right. They're going to smack his wrist.
They're going to smack his wrist. He'll go his way with his millions of dollars that he got from Ukraine.
Yeah.
With deals that look shady. There was something I learned. In fact, Philip brought it up before. I think it was Philip. The appearance of impropriety. Just the appearance. It doesn't matter if what you're doing is right or wrong if it appears improper.
It's improper.
Because you're a leader, you have to look above board or you won't be respected.
Right. Well, the perception of the public that elected you, their perception is truth.
Public.
Yep.
Yeah.
Threw me in public.
You ever watch Ron White, the comedian?
That's why I just
that's what
quoted.
I was thinking too.
Yeah. That's
all right. Anyway, I just something has to change, and the problem is it's not going to change. I mean, this is a continue. You folks need to get a helmet and get used to this. Legal litigation, constant impeachment, threats of prosecution are now the new political monopoly game.
But okay, so Hunter got caught, right? Because he was, he's dumb or coked out or whatever. But don't you think this kind of shady stuff goes on behind closed doors all the time, anyways?
Maybe it's always happened that way.
But this day of social media and the public being able, or a person who works in a sector has a voice now because of social media.
But if you look at Obama, they attempted to impeach Obama. Obama was unsuccessful.
Right.
They attempted to impeach Trump twice.
Yep.
Both unsuccessful.
Yep.
They're going to try to impeach Biden. You watch. It will be unsuccessful.
Probably.
This hasn't happened before. I mean, this level of veracity and just trying to burn it to the ground to kill your opposition. We'll continue this on the top of the hour on Facebook. If you're on AM, you're going to miss some glorious conversation. We've got other topics for you around the corner. Stick around, Outlaw Radio. Or follow us. .com. All right, Outlaw Radio. Thank you for checking out the show. We appreciate you. The level of vitriol in our government is something we haven't seen.
I would agree.
I mean, it is worse now than it's ever been. And a lot of that is because of the 24-hour news cycle.
I was gonna say, is it? Have you read the
We've had 24-hour news cycle for a long time. I don't think it's 24-hour news cycle.
I mean, to say it's worse than ever, like there were knockdown, drag-out fights in Congress.
Right, but those were limited to the congressmen. You know what I mean? Like those were the congressmen fighting with themselves. It wasn't the entire country divided. It was
physically.
Yeah, but I mean, but now we're literally.
I blame the division in the country all on social media.
Do you?
Everybody has a big voice.
No. It's not just social media. It's got to be TV, especially news,
Yeah,
mainstream media.
Yeah, but we've had mainstream cable news for since we were all kids. But the division has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And I mean, really, I blame the vast majority of it on social media. You have a big voice now. You can shout from the rooftops ridiculous things that aren't true, and someone out there will pick it up and run with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are. I think we're doomed unless we find a Reagan.
Really?
Not a Reagan as far as politically, but a Reagan as far as the ability to draw
a uniter.
Yeah, someone to unite. Obama was a little bit of that. I mean, a little bit,
but he was still divisive.
He was divisive, but there was a little bit of unity in the first black president, and bringing in a lot of youth to vote that hadn't voted before. There was an element of that.
Oh, certainly. I mean,
I know Boss Baby doesn't agree. She's not an Obama fan, and that's okay. I credit that to her being young and not knowing what she's talking about. But well, that's because you're old, not knowing what you're talking about.
Whoa! Shots fired.
See, I'm not an Obama fan either, but I do recognize
you're all alone, Kevin.
that he did bring people together.
I think he had a great marketing campaign.
He did
as part of his presidential runs.
Yep. One of the big things that I mean caught my attention. I didn't vote for him, but it still caught my attention. Was yes, we can. And so he was very inclusive, and it made it sound like it was like, yeah, we the people. I was excited to hear that. He didn't run with it. But,
my actual biggest concern, and this sounds horrible, but I really was concerned that someone would pop off and try to assassinate him.
Oh, just because he's the first black president?
Yeah, because there was so much vitriol over on the, I don't even want to say but just
the fringes.
Yeah, the real extreme fringes. Yeah. And it was like, why? Why?
Yeah, I bet his Secret Service was very attentive to that as well.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Because I'm sure the same idea with
they're probably treat equally all presidents like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Well, I'm
or
sure
they should.
I'm sure, but I mean, Secret Service for the first black president, just knowing that just that one stupid little fact is going to be divisive. I'm sure it was different than Secret Service for either of the Bushes or Clinton.
So I got
not that it wasn't attentive.
Got a fun audio clip if you want it before we come back from the break.
Is it
47 seconds? It's the Put a Helmet On. I don't know if you ever knew that comedian.
Put a helmet on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Play it. How long is it?
47.
Okay, play it now.
What we've become a bunch of helmet-wearing people, and they don't understand it. We want to be strong again. Look around. We're the remnants of a group of people that broke away from the most powerful country of the 19th century to become the most powerful country of the 20th century. We are a group of people that created a country so amazing that we used to be this. You came here and you could be anything you wanted if you're willing to work hard enough. And now we're people that need a sign warning us that coffee is hot. If you live in this country and need to know coffee's hot, put a helmet on. We need helmet laws for the politically correct. We need helmet laws for people that have lost common sense. That's what we need. They need to be wearing helmets every time they treat us stupid.
Outlaw Radio.
He's not wrong. Outlaw Radio. We're back after this on the Mega Talk Radio Network.
I can't argue with any of that. Not any of it.
Oop, wrong button.
Outlaw Radio.
Network.com.
Look at us being a team. Yay, us. Thanks for checking out the
And
show.
for
We
those
appreciate
playing
it.
the Outlaw Radio Network drinking game, IRS.
IRS, yeah. That is the game for the night.
Oh,
Thank
that
you
was-
for being a part of this. We appreciate you very much.
I
And
don't
that
know.
was 2 again.
We're going into the second hour. Maybe we should change it up.
Should we?
Oh,
How about if you hear the words country and western, we can do that
Together.
but not just country.
So,
Country western.
Hey, can we
Give it a
talk about
shot.
this? Because I really believe this is the most pressing story of the day.
Oh,
You want to hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what happened. All right. Actually, I want to read it. Hold on.
We're waiting on bated breath.
No, I want to read it. Here we go. All right. So this was posted on my birthday, as a matter of fact. This is from NBC News. A woman said she is appalled. Appalled.
Appalled.
Yeah, because Paul's not here. After in fact, every time we say Paul, take a drink. Even if Paul is part of another word, like appalled. A woman said she is appalled after she and her friends were called out by Miranda Lambert on Saturday at the country singer's Las Vegas show for taking a group photo. Adela Kalin said the country singer stopped midway through her performance of Tin Man after spotting her and 5 of her friends posing for a photo. It was 30 seconds at the most, Kalin said. We took a picture quickly and we're going to sit back down. A video clip of the moment went viral on TikTok where many users came to Kalin and her friend's defense. Here's what Lambert said. So she's in the middle of singing Tin Man. Now, if you know Lambert, Tin Man is a emotional song for her. There's a lot of backstory to it. It's she's a singer-songwriter. It has some special place in her life. Right. So she's in the middle of singing Tin Man, and these girls are all getting up, and there's 6 of them, and they're basically they're down front. Okay, so these tickets weren't cheap, folks. So they're down front. They're posing down front. They're going to get their picture taken with Miranda Lambert performing behind them. Mm-hmm. Okay. She stops in the middle of Tin Man and she says, quote, I'm going to stop right here for a sec. These girls are worried about a selfie and not listening to the song, and it's pissing me off a little bit. She then went on to say something along, I don't have the quote, but she said, we're all here just to play some good country music. Or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dear Miranda Lambert,
shush! You've been
shut
paid.
your mouth. Shut your dirty mouth.
You've been paid.
Well,
Just do your
not
job.
only that, but they paid, I would guess, thousands of dollars for those seats.
Yeah,
6 of them front row, like right up along the barricade.
yeah. Lambert's been paid. Do
Yeah.
your job.
Do your job.
Yeah.
Okay, but
All that money, they got all
I'm
that
not
attention?
a Lambert fan
I
at
don't-
all.
I
I'm
don't
Team
know
Blake.
anything about- I
I'm
don't
not
know-
a country western fan.
I'm Team
either.
Blake. Her
Or
and Blake were
Paulus.
married. Her and Blake got a divorce.
Yep.
Blake's a phenomenal guy. That makes her evil. I'm Team Blake. But go ahead.
Anyways,
I don't know either. of
but the
those.
thing was, it was also brought out by other people who had been taking video that this was not the first time this group had done it. They had been doing it consistently throughout the night,
Who cares?
and they weren't in the front row.
I was
And
gonna
so
say,
they were impeding the view
Then
for
you-
others.
But Miranda doesn't know that.
was security ineffective?
She does.
Miranda doesn't know that. If Miranda's paying attention to 6 people of the thousands and thousands of fans at her concert, if you have an issue, you tell security, let security deal with it.
Mhm. I
They
agree.
paid thousands
I
of
agree.
dollars for her tickets.
I agree. But I'm not saying
paid
that I'm in
thousands of
defense of her.
dollars?
I'm just bringing the other perspective of the story from other people who saw it. And that
If
posted
Steve
about it.
Perry and Journey were touring again, I'd pay thousands of dollars for front row seats. I totally would.
And would you be taking selfies every song?
I would be taking a
You
lot
get
of
away
pictures.
with it.
I don't take selfies, but I'd be taking a lot of pictures. I mean, look, they were obviously big fans. I mean, you're a big fan of Miranda Lambert. You're shelling out thousands of dollars to be down front. Of course, you want pictures with her in the shot. This is a selfie generation. This is an Insta, Facebook, Twitter, whatever other social media site generation, and basically,
OnlyFans.
Basically, Miranda pulled the old white lady get off my lawn.
Wow.
No, she totally did. Like, you're there to perform. We paid thousands of dollars. If we're going to take a nap in the front row, we paid.
Almost a touch of the Barbara Streisand effect here. It's
Yeah.
like stop this behavior, and now everyone's aware of it. Like, well, how'd that work out for you, Miranda?
They posed for a picture with 4 of them on one side, 2 of them on another, and behind them was Miranda Lambert singing Tin Man with the lights behind her. It's a really cool photo.
Now, the bigger question is, they get a photo selfie with Miranda Lambert, waving her finger at them. You stop that.
It's just listen. This is, and on top of that, I don't know if you guys have heard have you heard the other country music, country western? Take a shot. Have you heard the other country western issue that's being bannered about right now?
That's
No.
2 shots.
Oh, where's the story? I just saw it. Jason Aldean is getting blasted.
I don't know who that is either.
He's a country singer.
Usually it's his wife.
I don't know any country music, apparently.
By the way,
I
this
don't
country
either.
music segment
I
is
just know their
brought to
names.
you
By Admin a la carte.
by
Oh.
Admin a la carte and by Foot Pigs by Kiki.
Please don't confuse the other.
Now, if you want some a new artist, check out Alex Key.
So Jason Aldean came out with a song called "Try That in a Small Town."
Oh, okay.
Okay, very to me when I heard it, it seemed like a pretty country song, right? I live in a small town and we have better values than you, and we hump our cousins. And
That's country western for you.
all right.
Shot 3.
So I'm going to read you some of the lines from this song.
Why?
Because I'm offended.
You're offended? Well,
Boss
why don't you
Baby
come get
likes
on
her
this
country.
microphone right here?
I was gonna steal
Okay,
mine.
give him that
You
microphone.
can-
You have that microphone.
Her. I'm a her.
That's
I
what I meant.
identify
That
as
is
a
That's what I
her.
meant. You identify as a her.
Thanks.
Go
Or
ahead.
adverbs are she or
So let me
she,
read you
she's,
some
or-
of the
Pronouns.
lines from this song that have got people pissed off. Ready?
'Kay.
Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? We'll try that in a small town. We'll see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Now, what they've said is that it talks about vigilantism, racism, and sundown towns. Now, for those of you who don't know what a sundown town is, in towns in the South, there were towns that if you were black, you were not supposed to be there after dark. That's what a sundown town is. Now, obviously, those are not legal anymore, but in the 50s,
Correct.
60s, and even early 70s, maybe even the 90s, maybe even last month, there were towns in the South that were sundown towns that had laws in the books that if you were black, you could not be in that town after dark.
I don't know that there were ever laws in the books.
There
I
were-
think it's just a thing that
There were
It's a
some towns
social-
that
I
had
was
laws
gonna say,
in
I've
the
been to a
books.
Yeah,
town that
social
5
law.
o'clock, town shuts down.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. They've said that some of this is racism because it sounds like lynchings and things that would happen, and they would take them out down a long dirt road and they'd lynch them.
I think it sounds like blue line backers. I
Okay.
think it sounds like just because you can get away with the BS you pull in a town like Tacoma doesn't mean you're going to get away with it in Podunk
Roy.
small town.
Yelm.
Yeah, in Yelm. Because they back their cops there. Whereas here, Tacoma.
I mean, just yesterday, I'm going to Vaughn and stop at the little gas station to get something to drink, and like I'm waiting in line, and like everyone in front of me is getting hugs from the cashier. I'm like, wow, these people know everyone.
Here's what else he said.
Where's my hug? What the heck?
Got a gun my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that S word might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. And then it goes into that. I don't, go read the lyrics. There's nothing in the lyrics
I don't see anything that's
that are racist.
racist.
Now, the video.
I think it's memories of what's happened in the past.
It sounds like a real,
But it's
literally conservative in the sense of conserving previous ways.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Aldean's camp did screw up. They shot the video out in front of the Murray County Courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee. The courthouse has been the site of several incidents of racial violence, including a 1927 lynching of a black man named Harry Choate It also served as a backdrop for race riots in 1946. Again, long time ago.
But are there any
Is it also the
courthouses
backdrop
that
of
didn't
court?
do all those things?
I don't know. I'm just suggesting that if you're on his PR team, before you decide to shoot a video anywhere, you might Google that and see what comes back on a Google result. It takes you 38 seconds.
Mhm.
I'm not a Jason Aldean fan because I think he's a bad husband.
I don't
but-
know who it is.
Is he a bad husband? I don't know.
He
anything about
was.
His wife. His wife was hot.
Yeah, his second or third.
All of them.
Yeah.
He's a country music superstar. They all marry blonde girls from Louisiana.
Um,
And I can call it Louisiana because my dad was from there, so shut up.
I love Louisiana.
He's catching crap because of the gun part of the song.
I think
Because-
that's
Is the
stupid.
gun
Well,
part, really?
here's why. He was on stage in Las Vegas.
He got shot.
He didn't get, well, yeah, but I'm saying
Yeah.
he was on stage in Las Vegas when the Las Vegas shooter shot and killed 56, 57 people. So some people are, well, you're awfully insensitive, especially when he came out after the concert and said, I do support some gun checks and balances, or however he phrased it. He did support some of that. But I don't
But in a small town, you're going to be more likely to be a hunter.
exactly.
Yep.
And again, who cares if he has a gun that his granddad gave him? I guarantee you it's a rifle.
An old bolt
An
action
old
rifle.
I mean, what's the
My
Or a
dad's got a
breakaway
squirrel.
shotgun.
My dad had a squirrel gun that his dad gave to him. That is now my oldest son's gun, and it's a squirrel gun. And you're not going to defend your property with it, but it's got a whole lot of family sentimental value to it. It's a freaking squirrel gun.
I mean, let's set this scenario. I mean, I'm pumping gas in Bremerton the other day. There's a person of color
Mhm.
carrying a gun. What would one normally think? Well, it's properly holstered.
Nothing.
Not even concerned. Frankly, feel a little safer.
I don't know. Listen, we have two examples.
Was tempted to go strike up a conversation.
Two examples of social media and professional people being stupid. I think Jason screwed up with the video. You should have Googled searched it.
Why? I mean, it's just
because
a public building.
but listen,
Should they tear the building down and just rebuild it because of the past? I mean, should they not hold court there?
No.
I mean-
But I'm suggesting that if you're a public person and your money is driven on how much people like you and what your Q rating is and how popular you are.
Oh, maybe it was a bad choice in that regard.
Yeah, that's all. I don't mean
Beyond
I don't
that-
mean about the place itself, but I mean if you're Jason Aldean, listen, as a guy who just wrapped up his degree last year in public relations and marketing, you have to see things before other people see them, because if you don't do it, somebody else will, and you'll look like a doofus. So he probably should have. But the song itself is moot. Now, flip side that to our good friend Miranda Lambert, and she's a jerk and a half.
Nah.
Yeah, she's
You don't think
sounds
so?
like-
Nope.
Okay, go ahead. Give
Sounds
me
like
a
a
reason why.
Karen.
What do you think?
I think there is a bit of respect that it's not like everybody was standing up at the concert and she was just outing 6 girls or whatever that were
Right.
being obnoxious. Like, people were sitting down, they were blocking views, they
Mhm.
were in the middle of a song. Do that in the 5 minutes between each song that she's talking and walking around and doing whatever. Like, there is some there's no respect for anyone or
Listen,
courtesy.
Listen,
Maybe these
security should have been like, tally ho,
Yeah,
move along, tally ho.
neat.
Or perhaps
That's
these-
what security's paid to do.
Perhaps
Yeah.
these girls should be aware of a thing called Photoshop. Take your pictures.
Lakey said in chat they brought ring lights. Who brought ring lights where? Oh, they brought ring lights for the
They
photo?
were taking a ring light photo. It
Again,
was
that's
like-
why you have security.
Yeah.
Don't shame people in front of thousands of people. Like, don't do
Chris,
that.
I'm curious. Did it work?
if you're that stupid, get shamed.
No, social media has predominantly taken the side of the girls who were shamed.
No, I'm against the girls that were shamed because I named my car the Little Red Wagon based off a Miranda Lambert song.
Are you a
so
Miranda
y'all
Lambert
can
fan?
Eat it. Yes.
So
Very
in her
much
and
a
the Blake
Miranda
divorce, you took her side?
Yeah, I've always had her side.
Oh, Blake is amazing.
Yeah. Since
Tally
she-
ho.
Yeah, I'm a Miranda fan. Screw Blake.
Margie said she should have been happy with the publicity those photos bring her. I agree.
Nah.
Yep, I agree.
But then again, there's people that think bad publicity is good publicity. Any
Mhm.
publicity.
I believe that.
So
I believe that.
how
Don't
many
waste
more of
a
you
good
who
crisis.
don't know Miranda Lambert?
But I don't
now
believe
know
it's
Miranda Lambert.
I don't believe it's good for Miranda though. I think when you're at the top of a mountain bad press will kill you.
I don't know.
I think
that
when you're
she's at
trying
the
to get
top
Yeah,
up.
I
of
was
the
going to
mountain
say,
right
I
now.
don't think she's at the top
No,
No, but-
people have been all weird with her for
since
a
the
while.
divorce. Yeah.
Yeah, as they should be. She's a.
But
she
she
you know.
is a great songwriter.
How about just people have been all weird? Period.
Well, yes, agreed.
I mean, we're
but
living
with
in
her
weird
specifically.
times right now.
She's not at the top of the mountain like she
Used to be.
was at one point. I think she's getting back there, but
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
with her songwriting.
Well, she's a phenomenal songwriter.
Mhm.
The House That Built Me is an amazing song.
Mhm.
It just would have been better if she had somebody like Carrie Underwood record it.
Ugh. Why would you have that voice?
You don't like Carrie Underwood?
Ugh. No. If I could puke, I would, but I can't.
This
so
is
I
why
won't.
you wrote for Ohio State, not Michigan. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Shots fired.
Hey, be careful.
Hey, everybody.
With that. I am between
That's
you
why.
two.
That's why I don't have consequences of my actions.
Hey, everybody,
Children.
pay attention. Kevin might die tonight.
This will be my last show.
Won't be Kevin.
I'm
Somebody might, but it
I'm
won't be
between the two of them.
You're fine.
Let's.
We're
careful of
married.
the
This is
Tom.
like a marital spat.
This
It's
is a
fine.
marital
Yeah.
spat.
Oh, okay.
Radio
Every-
marital bliss.
Every day,
Oh,
radio marital bliss.
Oh,
This is
okay.
here you go, Kev. We got a word from your sponsor.
I'm gonna stop right here for a sec, Danny. I'm sorry.
Oh, if you're playing something,
What was
I
that?
can't
That's
hear it,
Miranda saying
so
we're gonna
I
stop
don't-
right here for a second.
Oh yeah, God bless it, man.
Hey, are you guys?
But like, I can see what they're saying now. It's like sounds like it was real soft, kind of a contemplating song,
Mm-hmm.
and there's distracting thing, and I don't know. She made a judgment call. Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm bringing up the rest of her actual quote, because she said something.
Oh, here we go. I'm ready for that. So will you bring up the quote?
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever. I hate you. I hate you.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I can't. But she said something about it was basically look at me. Is the gist of what I got out of it. Look at me. I'm performing up here. I'm giving you country music. Look at me.
Country western.
She's making
It's country.
I
It's
just
not
it's
Western.
ridiculous, dude. I absolutely hate
But-
it.
Take a shot.
The
But-
joke is there's two kinds of music: country and.
Is the
Western.
Rumble stream working, by the way?
That's
Paul said
that's
he's
two
getting a
shots,
message
we
kids.
that
set it
says-
up.
Paul said he's getting a message that says no live stream on Rumble.
Maybe
so
Might
we'll have
be
he
to-
went
internet
to, maybe
connection.
he went to outlawradionetwork.com.
Kevin Nelson
Instead of-
said this isn't the first time that Lambert has stopped a show to throw a temper tantrum.
It's true.
Exactly. She's a horrible human being.
So are you.
I probably am.
Oh,
I'll tell you this right now. I will tell you this right now. If I had people paying thousands of dollars to get front row tickets to see me, I would literally let them do anything they wanted to. They want to have intercourse in the first row, knock yourselves out. I don't care.
Security
You're paying
won't let them.
thousands of dollars to just watch me do my thing. You can do it. You want to take pictures? I'll come down there and take pictures with you.
Wait, what are you
A-
have a Lollapalooza here? Oh,
A,
geez.
a good performer should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, who was it? There was another, although the lead singer from Papa Roach.
Jacoby Shattuck.
The lead singer from
Who?
Papa Roach. He's up there performing.
His name's Jacoby Shattuck.
Yeah. He sees a guy in a
Daddy
wheelchair.
cockroach is what I'm hearing.
He sees a guy in a wheelchair crowd surfing in the middle of his
Yeah.
song, and he worries about that guy enough that he comes out to the stage and motions for them, and they bring the wheelchair all the way to the front of the stage, where he gives the guy a fist bump, shakes his hand, gives him a hug, and then helps security get him back down to the stage. That's what you do to look out for your fans. You don't
would
call
worry
them out
about
and
him,
clown
too.
them. That's ridiculous.
Dave
I'd call
Grohl
them
does
clowns.
does a bunch of cool stuff like that.
Who
too.
does?
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
should have been the singer of Nirvana the entire time, by the way.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
He didn't
Nirvana.
have enough
I
coke
appreciated
or heroin.
Nirvana for what
Yeah.
Nirvana was, and I really love the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl's solo stuff and all that. So I'm glad there were two separate instances.
Oh, can I get breaking news music real quick?
Beep, 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 beep.
Pull out your lottery ticket numbers if you have the colossal
Powerball?
$1 billion Powerball jackpot on Wednesday, July 19th. If you're listening to this late, this does not apply to you. The winning numbers are, I've always wanted to do this, by the way, 7, 13, 10, 24, 11, and the Powerball is 24. If you have all of those numbers and the 24 in the right position, you would win an estimated $1 billion.
So
or a lump sum payment of $516.8 million.
So literally millions
And millions.
and
millions
of
and
dollars.
millions
Let me ask you
more.
guys a question. Would you guys take the lump sum payment of $516.8
Yes, I
million,
would.
or would you take the $1 billion?
Take
I
the
would
million.
take the lump sum.
Really?
Mhm.
At
Would you
that
really?
at that price, I think I would go the lump sum, but most of them
I mean,
would.
is it
probably go
mostly
the
about you
overall.
pay your taxes on? It's all done lump sum paid, or is it it's an annuity sort of thing?
It's an annuity, so depending on which lotto game it is, some you can
Powerball.
pass, or excuse me, Powerball. Some you can pass down to children, but others you cannot.
I
So.
have a tax question now. 'Cause
Yes,
I
ask
know
away.
nothing about this stuff, but I
Because
know Lori does.
I'm a trained tax professional.
No.
Yes, it is theft.
Aside from that, okay, so let's assume that someone won the billion. So they take their 518 or 512, whatever it was, $0.8 million dollars. So they've paid their taxes on it and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when that money gets reinvested, because if you're smart, you're going to live off a little bit of it and invest the rest.
Mm-hmm.
The following year, you're going to have a whole new tax burden on that, correct? For whatever interest you
For
brought
what it's
in.
earned,
Like
yes.
capital gains.
But
Mhm.
right, but you're not going to have. Okay, yeah, I guess I knew that
Unfortunately, the
already.
capital gains tax usually is lower than your income tax.
Which is why,
Hence why the rich keep getting.
Yeah,
They're
which
smart.
is if I won $1 billion, I would not take the lump sum.
yeah, I
Why?
would just keep doing the payments because what
Yeah.
is it spread out over 20 years? $1 billion broken up over 20
There's
years.
something to be said for people that win the lottery die
Yeah,
quicker.
yeah, they do.
So, do you actually want to
Liver
see that
failure
money?
is a thing.
Well, that too.
So they would lose 24% in taxes up front. So let's
lump
count
sum.
that as a quarter, okay?
Okay, on
So-
the
On the lump
on
or
the
on
lump
the,
or on the-
annuity?
On the award itself. Because
Okay.
so you would lose 24%.
Mhm.
So if you broke it into payments, you'd have basically you'd withholding or whatever, So you'd lose 25% of that every single payment. Okay? So if they cash out, this says 602.5 million would be their cash out. And so they would lose 144.6 million of that in taxes. We'll continue this in a second. Hold on. Stick around, Outlaw Radio.
Network.com.
country western.
Outlaw Radio. So here's how it works. Ready? So if they were to take the taxes, they would be if they took the lump sum of 602.5 million, they would lose 144 million in federal tax withholding. They would then be subject to additional taxes of higher brackets. So they would lose another 78.3 million. So even though they'd be awarded 62.5 million, 602.5 million, they'd only get 379.6 million after taxes. Okay.
Only.
But that'd be the take home.
Right.
So you would get like barely over a third of your winnings if you took that. If you take the annuity amount, it would be out over 30 annual payments. So they get
30,
annual
okay.
payments. They'd be paid 34.1 million per year, but again, that's before taxes. So they would still lose federal withholding tax, still lose a higher tax bracket. So they would come out with $21.5 million a year
I
for
could live on
30
that.
years.
I could live on that.
Okay, so 21.5 times 30 would give them $645 million. So you would get not double, but close to double
well,
if you took the annuity. And Washington doesn't have a state income tax.
Not yet.
So I would take the payment. I could live off $21 million a year, couldn't you?
So the question
Yeah.
is, if you won the lotto,
If you
what
died.
country would you move to?
I would move all my money into offshore accounts.
I would have homes in several countries, I believe. 21 million a year. Yeah.
Would you guys buy we'll continue this. We'll have fantasy conversation about what happens with the lottery. Would you guys buy like an exorbitant house, like a $5 million home?
Huh.
I'd buy exactly the building and property that I have right now, and
Would you?
I would just update it.
Yeah,
and make it the
it
full
would be
my
nice
property.
It'd be nice, not even a $5 million home, but someplace 20, 30, $40 million homes, whatever. I would just buy like I'd buy like a $3 million home on the water.
I'd buy something on
like,
the
like
water.
a modest home on the water.
Yeah, I'd get something
That's a
median.
modest home on the water in Tacoma.
Yeah,
I would get median income, something, but I'd have a home here because I love Kitsap County, and I'd probably have a home in like Scotland.
I'd have a
I
home in
wanted to
Vegas,
go
yeah.
see the distilleries and stuff in Scotland. I'd
But I
probably
wouldn't-
have a house in Kentucky.
I wouldn't get like a charter plane. I wouldn't go nuts with
It's
it.
just too much stuff to worry about. You know,
I'd have a
I
kick-ass
probably
game
would
room
have
though.
a G-Wagon though.
I'd have a kick-ass game room though.
Sure.
I'd have a Jaguar.
Would you? I said I wouldn't want it. I would want a brand new Jeep and
I'll
Track
keep
off.
my
G-Wagon.
Volvo.
and a brand new
Same
big ass truck.
Yeah.
All right, 10
and-
seconds.
And gas money to pay for it.
and a Russian
Outlaw
bride.
radio.
Outlaw radio.
Rude.
Outlaw Radio Network. Thanks for checking out the show. Remember, this show tonight brought to you in part by Admin a la carte. Remember, they handle all of the back end stuff that you need online for your business. No, like the back end, like setting up the website.
Kiki foot pics?
You got to think
Back-end
about
stuff?
how you're
No, we
No,
don't handle any
businesses
back-end
know
stuff.
businesses know what back end stuff means on the
the
internet.
back
like,
end of the
Okay, but
house
we
of
don't-
your operations.
yes, this is how don't
We don't do back end stuff at Admin.
don't no, you don't. Speaking of back end stuff, check out Foot Pics by Kiki. Brand new special involving back end foot pics.
stuff.
You let
that
your
heel pics?
imagination run wild.
Heel pics.
Foot Pics by Kiki,
That's
as dirty as you want them to be.
That's a sexy Achilles tendon, baby.
Yeah. Also brought to you by our fine friends at Black Ring Spirits. Sober, it's not their fault. All right. I was just asked in a private chat, and I want your guys' thoughts before I give mine. What do y'all think about Christmas in July?
I love it.
Do you?
sounds
Yeah,
like
and
March.
here's why.
Like
Here's
the
why.
Sales or what?
Here's
Just the
why.
whole premise.
From a personal point of view, I start my shopping. I get my lists from my kids, all that stuff. Now, from a professional point of view, I use it as a marketing campaign to get people off their duffs to look at their federal withholding, their state withholding. I start
Hey,
marketing.
I think I did that last year.
Yeah, you did it last year for me. But I have marketing campaigns like this year we're doing the Grinch Stole Christmas theme. And so I love it because people are already thinking about it because of, I think it's Hallmark and Amazon have their, Hallmark has Christmas in July movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Amazon has like their
Being that we
Black
own a
Prime
Hallmark
Day or
store.
something.
Yeah, we start putting out Christmas stuff
Yeah.
now. Ugh.
So I love it. It benefits me.
You're drunk. Okay.
I am not.
She went to Black Ring. That's what I hear.
Okay. What do you
I
think
did.
about it, Boss Baby?
He almost called you Lori again.
I was wondering what name was going to come out of it.
That's a shot.
Yikes. I guess it depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about sales or something,
Yeah,
sure, it's
sales,
another-
promotional, the
I mean,
whole thing.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm a marketing person, so I get needing. This is a weird time of there's not really any, like, there's no holiday.
Fourth
It's
of
a quiet
July,
time.
For like
Memorial
a month and
Day,
a half. There's
right.
like no
Labor Day.
holidays. I know.
People
but-
are
Back
on-
to school? No, there's plenty.
People are on vacation.
But July 4th to September, there's no
To Labor
holidays.
Day,
To
yeah.
Labor Day.
Whaling Days,
Okay, no.
Blackberry Festival.
By the way, for all the Navy guys out there, I want to help you out with this. Whaling Days is not the time where you go look for new mates in Bremerton. That is not what it is. All right, go ahead.
That's why you go to the Horse and Cow. Right?
Whaling Days. Go ahead.
Wow.
Let's talk
The
about
views
Crime
expressed
Con.
by K-Dog are not
Yes.
necessarily the views of anybody else on this show, but they should be. Go ahead, Boss Baby.
Thank you.
So I get it from the marketing perspective because it is that lull in marketing life.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Tom?
But don't play some dumb Christmas music because I will kick you in your.
When I
bad
leave the
knee.
show tonight, I'm going to crank up Christmas in Hollis.
Well,
in the
do
Jeep.
it in your own
Ugh.
Jeep.
My favorite Christmas song.
I see it as a marketing tool, although it doesn't. I don't think it would work for what I market.
Why wouldn't it?
Christmas in July. No one's paying attention to Christmas in July when we're talking about liquor.
But that's when you can bring out recipes.
I think the fact that Christmas is just over 5 months away will drive some people to drink.
Without doubt. But I mean, liquor is really driven by the weather. During the warmer months, people tend to go for dark liquors, whiskeys and brandies. Summertime, people want vodkas and gins.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I will just.
Otherwise, I just detest Christmas.
Tequila.
Philip, what do you think? As a God-fearing man, what do you think?
We'll pretend I was paying attention, but we'll have to repeat.
What do you think
yourself.
about Christmas in July?
It's marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Hallmark
I
holiday.
think it's a good excuse to buy a mattress, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yes, it is.
No. Memorial Day is the best time to
Actually,
buy a mattress.
I got a really great deal on the 4th of July.
I got
Brand
mine
new
Memorial
mattress,
Day.
sleeping like great.
Before I buy, true story. If
Yeah.
I'm ever going to buy a mattress, when I go to the mattress place to buy a mattress, I take a black light.
That's
No
why I
lie.
order
No,
mine
no
from a
lie.
box.
No lie.
I don't want
If I
anybody
buy it from a
touching
store,
mine.
I'm taking a black light to it because
Yeah.
I don't want to get somebody's return mattress.
Someone else should
Oh,
take
yeah,
a black
you're right.
light to this room.
Here's my thoughts on Christmas in July.
I'll stay in my tasting
I'm
room and
ignoring
drink.
I'm a marketing guy too, so I understand the idea of creating. I think it's gross. I absolutely hate Christmas in July. I really do. I mean, Christmas has been bastardized in this country for sales, reasons to make people work really long hours starting Thanksgiving afternoon through Black Friday. Paul talks about materialism and what it's led to. We essentially give Christmas 5 weeks because it starts the day after Thanksgiving and it ends on New Year's Day.
Unless you're in my house, and it starts the day after my birthday. You're not allowed to have Christmas until my birthday.
When's your birthday?
The end of November.
End of November. But you don't start it on the day after Thanksgiving?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I'm totally opposed to it. I think it's dumb. I think it's low hanging fruit, and I understand why businesses do it. And I work for businesses that do it, and it's fine. It's a personal preference for me, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. All right.
I don't like Christmas in the winter. So Christmas in the summer is just.
Well, that's why you go south for the winter, like Australia.
Well, yeah, you just won $1 billion in the lottery. You just won $1 billion in the lottery.
Well, if I just won $1 billion in the lottery, my attitude about Christmas is probably going to change a little because I can give things to my friends and my family, and that makes me happy.
Can you imagine how obnoxious I'd be with $1 billion?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think it'd be so much
We would all.
I didn't even
We would
have to.
all
quit.
We would all go to Vegas.
Oh, the road trips would be
that
epic.
wouldn't be a road trip. We'd be Lear jetting it, man. We would be first class in
You
it.
gotta do road trip once in a while, man. There's beauty in road
There
trips.
is.
Okay, I just got back from 28 hours in the car over a very short amount of time.
Hold on a minute.
Well, it'd be
I would
28
not call
hours.
yours a road trip because there is nothing really to see between Seattle
We
and
saw
Butt, Montana.
We were past Butt, thanks.
Where'd you go?
Billings.
We
Billing-
went
oh, is
all
Billings
the dang
past
way.
Butt?
Yeah, way past.
So you went straight through the sphincter.
Straight through this. We had to stop at the sphincter and fill up with gas.
You got beautiful mountains. Beautiful.
I happen to love the road trip through Montana.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It is so
There's
windy.
Great places to stop.
So I did a road.
windy.
People who've listened to the show for a while know this. We did a road trip with the kids. We drove down all the way to we didn't go through California because that place is awful.
This road trip here is exactly how I got involved in this show.
We did Idaho all the way down to Arizona. Then we went all the way over to the Florida Panhandle, and then came all the way up to South Dakota, and then came all the way back across. And 98% of that trip was amazing, beautiful things to see and do and experience until we left South Dakota. Once we left South Dakota, there was a couple things maybe to
We saw
see.
grizzly bears.
I nearly murdered a cow or a deer or a moose or something
Bison.
in the middle of Wyoming. But there's nothing to see out there. It is so desolate and empty.
You didn't see Dick Cheney
I did not see Dick Cheney, and
or
I'm glad
Tyler Perry?
But
You were just racing
the-
home, weren't you?
yeah, but that desolation is just, it's nice.
Mhm.
You're just looking forward
It's
to
no,
home,
peaceful.
right?
It's peaceful.
it
It's
would be
beautiful.
nice to live there. it is not nice if you're looking to
drive through.
you know, to just to drive through. You know what I mean? Like I would totally buy a house on a river. If I won the billions, I would have a winter home. And I mean that, a winter home out there. I would go out there right before the snow shows up, and it'd be me and my Xbox and my Russian bride, and I would not have to leave, and it would be fabulous. But it's nothing to see to drive through.
It's pretty.
Would you drive on I-90 the whole way?
Yes.
No.
We did.
I was like, get off I-90.
Well, I mean,
It's beautiful.
We had places to go, people to see, things to do. I had to go vomit in the Grand Canyon. I had plans, man. I had plans.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon.
You've never been to the Grand Canyon?
No, that's one that I have not.
Tom,
made
can
it
we
to.
please plan a road trip? I
Man,
know that
I
you're
would
busy and all
love-
that. Can we please plan a road trip?
I have some things that are changing in life right now, but yes, one way or the other, no matter how life changes, eventually, yes, we'll get a road trip in.
Okay, let me ask you a question. This is for everybody. We're going to take an Outlaw Radio Network road trip. We're all going to pile into an RV.
Problem is I can't go because I will get car sick.
Hold on, just play along with us, okay?
I'm just realist.
It's
I'm
land
just
to pretend
realist.
right now.
I want to. You guys tell me this in chat too.
Oh, I'm playing in Tom's Libertarian La La Land.
Yeah,
No,
La
this
La
is
Land.
going to be right before Joe Jorgensen.
I want to hear from
takes,
everybody in the chat,
presidency.
unless you're from Illinois.
Hey, I am from Illinois. You can't say that.
Oh, are you really from Illinois?
My dad was born in Kankakee.
Where were you born?
Here.
Okay, then you were not from Illinois.
But my blood comes from
Yeah,
Illinois.
but you've experienced life. People that were born and raised in Illinois, their only experience of the world is that there's corn everywhere.
You
corn,
met my
corn,
dad.
corn, corn,
Dum-dum.
No,
corn, corn,
no.
corn,
That's
corn,
Iowa.
corn.
There's no
That's
corn in
Iowa.
Chicago.
No, that's Illinois.
That's Iowa.
There's
That's
no corn in
Iowa,
Chicago,
dumbs.
and Chicago is in Illinois.
Yes, and outside of Chicago, there's nothing but corn.
I
No,
know.
that's
Iowa.
That's
That's Illinois too. I was
That's
stationed in
Nebraska.
Illinois. I was stationed in Illinois.
Nebraska,
That's
pretty
Illinois,
much the
Iowa.
Midwest, right?
Iowa, Kansas.
Illinois is an
Kansas,
awful state that needs to be
Oklahoma.
given to Canada.
No,
Anyway,
Can
stop.
you give him the waffle, please?
and
We'll
by the
give
way,
them to Michigan first.
By the way, why are the Bears from Illinois? I've never seen a Bear. They should be
From
the
The
Montana.
Bears.
Chicago like corn stalks. All right,
They're called the Cornhuskers.
that's
Chicago-
Nebraska.
Nebraska corn
But-
husker.
The Chicago Scarecrows.
Hold on, you're gonna find this amazing, Andy. But did you know that corns don't know state lines?
I do.
Okay, just checking. All right, so listen, we're gonna go on an Outlaw Radio Network road trip.
Kevin has corns.
All of us.
Okay.
All of us. Okay.
Feed by
Philip.
Kiki. Kevin has corns.
Philip.
Oh.
Outlaw Radio Network road trip. Where do we go?
Are there
What-
parameters?
What's the budget?
But I won $1 billion lottery. There is no budget. Again, it's a road trip, so that rules out Hawaii.
Yep.
That rules out Alaska because I'm not driving through Canada.
Oh, come on.
I got no desire to drive through Canada up to Alaska. Some of the roads up there are awful.
The roads in
Just the
Alaska are
Alcan.
awful.
The roads in northern Canada to get to Alaska are horrible.
Yeah, well, the
Are-
roads
are
in
ferries
Alaska are
allowed?
too.
Ferries are allowed.
All right, so Alaska
We do Alaska. You get to pick anything.
or Hawaii. We can buy the ferry.
We totally could. Just what Kevin needs a ferry. Speaking of ferries, hi Paul. Go ahead, Philip.
Oh.
Where would I mean,
And
my
that
first
was another
stop
shot
would be
in the drinking game.
gosh, I mean, nearly unlimited budget.
We're gonna piece together the Outlaw. We're gonna put all of these on our route.
My first part would probably be let's do a tour of the 13 colonies.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Okay, all right. 13 colonies. All right, Lori, where do we go?
Oh, what is there a specific time of year?
No.
Oh,
You can set the time of year if you want. I mean,
I would love to do fall in the Northeast.
It's-
okay.
Oh,
we can put that together because that would lead to the original 13
Right,
colonies.
that's
So
why I was thinking.
we could fly into Maine.
I thought we were road tripping.
Hold on. We can
Okay.
fly into Maine,
Mhm.
rent the RV in Maine, and then backtrack that way. Okay.
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
All right.
that would
Boss
be fun.
baby, where do we go besides Ohio?
It's really hard because I couldn't stand any of you for that long. So I'd say, let's go to Tacoma.
Wow.
So
I'm
what we'll
just-
do is we'll get an RV
Again, I'm
with
a
a
realist.
toter home to tow it.
Yeah.
So we'll just separate everyone in.
And we need to have
Yeah,
bulletproof
fine.
windows and armor because we're going through Tacoma.
Yeah, it's fine. If we're flying to Maine, I'll go to Maine, but then I'll fly back.
Why do you not want to play with us in this land of make believe in La La Land? Why couldn't you do that?
Because honestly, I'm a realist.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I would go to Comic-Con, which I probably am gonna go anyway.
Yeah.
in Orlando in September.
Okay.
With the one and only
The one and only?
Sharif Day Tacoma. Did you guys not? Do you not read anything I post?
I have not been on Facebook at
Sheriff.
all.
Sheriff.
The
Sharif
Sharif.
equals sheriff.
Yeah,
Oh, the sheriff? Troyer? You and Troyer going together?
maybe.
This a hot date?
No.
Do you
He's
have breaking
married.
news on
He's
this show?
Super
No.
married.
That's why
He's
it's breaking
married.
news.
You
I
know,
mean,
He's
super
married.
he's been all the
He's-
news. He's been the news for all the wrong reasons the last year and a half or so. So if you got
I'm
more,
also trying to get him on the radio station.
We would
so
love
if
to have
you
him
would
on.
not be a douche. that
I'm
would
not
be
being a douche,
helpful.
but there's no lie in saying that he's been in the news for the wrong reasons lately.
He's been in the news. Period.
Okay.
I am a supporter.
You're
Del Troyer.
antisocial, so that's fine. I
It's
know
true.
Dennis's would be Weed, California.
I'm very, but I would like to go
That's just
to
south of
wherever the
Ashland.
relays are
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
and Comic Con.
There's better weed
I
in
mean
Colorado.
Comic Con.
Yeah.
Crime
All right.
Con.
Crime Con.
Tom,
Crime
where do
Con.
you go?
I've got my road trip. So we got to do a springtime road trip down to New Orleans. Go down and do the food.
Wait,
and do...
are we doing Mardi Gras?
No, I've
No?
done Mardi Gras. in
Okay.
New
Mardi Gras
Orleans.
in February.
Yeah,
I
so-
know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
My
so I-
mom did Halloween down there.
Oh,
and said it was
Halloween would be
bananas.
awesome. Yeah,
Tom-
New Orleans is.
Tom did a call girl down there. Sorry, what?
Oh,
Whoa. So did my
Tom
mom.
did not.
Whoa!
Your mom's an interesting woman.
Yeah, but she's just like me. Just the hair
And now
color's
the
different.
backstory of how Andy came to be. takes a new wrinkle.
I
Go
was,
ahead,
a,
Tom.
I was
No.
a Valentine's Day baby. Thanks.
Okay.
Things you
I
learn.
protest Valentine's Day, so that makes sense.
No, I would say springtime in New Orleans
In
is
Nolans?
absolutely gorgeous. So I've been to New Orleans for Mardi Gras too, which is fun, but it's too much. I mean, maybe in my early 30s.
It's seen one boob, seen them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
You
This
know.
is actually perfect, right? Because we could start in Maine. We could tootle around through the Northeast, end up visiting all the 13 colonies as we head south.
Mm-hmm. Stay where it's warm.
I think Paul's would probably be DC if I had to guess. So we can include DC obviously because that's part of the 13 colonies.
See, either on the way to New Orleans or on the way home, I'd like to stop in Colorado and just check out the cannabis scene in Colorado.
Oh God,
I know. And
like
if
if
we're
be
on
like
the
Cheech
road,
and Chong's RV driving back from Colorado.
we'll have to bring the car collection
All the
and
weeds.
catch the Hot Rod Power Tour in May, and actually do the power tour. That would be cool.
That'd be fun.
Tammy says Route 66.
Route
Ooh,
66.
Good
But
one.
could you guys actually stand each other in a small vehicle for that long?
Yeah, why not?
It's an
Now-
RV.
now, couldn't we have
Which you guys?
have an
You
RV
mean like the
toter home
whole
towing
Outlaw
the car
cast?
trailer
Yeah.
with the collection of 6 cars that we just take turns
Y'all are
driving?
Yeah.
nuts.
I think it'd be a kick in the pants to go on an
What?
RV road trip with
you
all
guys
of you.
could
You
actually
too.
stand each other for that long.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I have
course.
one person I can stand for that long, and it is my sister. That's because we didn't grow up together. We're just learning.
You know what? In all
That's
honesty,
amazing.
I love your sister. She's one of the nicest people I think I've ever met.
Yeah, she's pretty fantastic, and it was really exciting to do that with her and to get to.
She likes
spend-
me. She's nice to me. I don't know what happened. Why is she so different from you?
Exactly.
She
It's
doesn't
because
know.
she doesn't know you yet.
Yeah.
And my niece, who also loves you in a very weird, strange way, wanted to say happy Luke Bryan's birthday. She wanted me to make
Happy
sure.
Luke Bryan's birthday.
Yeah, she wanted me to make sure I told you happy Luke.
What
Bryan's
is your
birthday.
niece's birthday?
February 3rd, I believe.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
What it is Luke Bryan's birthday on the 17th also?
It is
Yes.
on Kevin
Oh.
and Tom
And Dennis's
Dennis's
birthday.
I know.
I'm Tom.
because I'm
That's
looking
good.
at you.
That's
Okay.
okay. Dennis and I kind of get to be interchangeable.
Nicole's
sometimes.
is July 14th, though.
Oh, me and Nicole have very similar birthdays.
Very
We're
close.
both cancers.
That's why we were gone.
That's good. That's good stuff.
We
right
were
there.
doing relay and creating more birthdays for
Okay.
her birthday.
Okay. I think mine would be I would love to go through the deep south.
Oh yeah.
Like Charleston, South Carolina. There's a lot of history there.
Mhm.
Raleigh, North Carolina. I'd love to go through Duke with all my Husky gear on so they can
Oh,
see what a real
jeez.
college looks like.
Ooh. Well,
FU
doing the
Blue
South,
Devils.
I mean, hit Key West too.
Oh,
Key West
oh,
is cool.
Oh yeah.
Mount
where I was
Olive,
born.
West
North
is a
Carolina.
long drive.
What's Mount
That's where I
Olive?
was born.
Pickles.
Oh, yeah.
Mount Olive, North Carolina is where they make Mount Olive pickles.
Really? Okay. All right.
Oh.
Yes, I'm a
So we
weirdo.
would just do a whole East Coast
It
trip.
would all be food.
we would East
The
Coast
food
trip.
trip.
We would
Maine lobsters.
we would
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
we would East Coast trip then from
And crab.
Maine
Mm.
from Maine to Nolens. We could fly back from Nolens.
And when
Gotta hit
Florida, we got to hit because that's where my crime con is. So it's perfect.
Mhm.
It
That's
works.
where
Oh,
I
I
was
can
born.
see my sisters.
In Orlando. Oh.
Yeah.
Key West.
Okay.
But Key West is all the way at the south, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's all the way down.
Yeah, you got to
down.
go
Always.
7 Mile Bridge and a bunch of crazy stuff. you
Okay,
know.
so we all make a deal. If any of us get rich, we're doing this road trip.
No.
Except
I
for
mean-
you, boss
But
baby,
yes.
because you're antisocial, so that's
It's
fine.
true. I'm just
If you get rich, you can pay for us to do it, and you can stay home. How's that?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. You heard her say it. Save the tape. Save the tape.
And you know, somewhere in this crazy road trip, I want to visit a White Castle. Never been
Oh,
to a White
yes.
Castle.
They
I've
have them in
never been.
Vegas. If you just go to Vegas with me, you could.
I want to try it. I haven't tried it yet.
I haven't tried
Yeah.
White Castle either.
I tried it in.
Ooh, Margie
Ohio.
put Harrison Hot Springs, Canada. That is a good one.
There are hot springs
Oh.
not very far away from us.
I know.
I
Solduck.
didn't realize that.
Oh,
you
the
didn't?
Solduck
Oh.
hot
No.
spring. The Solduck hot springs are
Where
incredible.
Chacha's moving to, there's hot springs.
Oh.
I have no desire to do hot springs.
I had no
I've-
idea Cha-Cha had hot
I've read
springs.
way too many things about hot springs burning the crap out of people. I have no desire.
Well, there's two out at
Between that and
Solduck.
the McNuggets, right?
Well, at
Amen.
Solduck, there's a resort, so you've got some, like resort insurance stuff that'll protect you. But then just outside the resort, there's the natural hot springs out in Solduck.
I've never gone.
Oh, it's odd. The natural hot springs are way better than the resort, although I've done both.
Oh yeah, it's like, or you just take a hike, go up to Fern Lake.
Yeah, you just get naked and jump in the hot spring.
By the way, if you have a skin condition of any type, Soap Lake over in Eastern Washington
Uh-huh.
is your best
Yeah.
bet
What
to
is it?
soak it out and get better.
Yep, Solduck's pretty good too. When
Is
you
it?
get in, you can
Mhm.
feel your skin just
The
like
sloughing, yeah. Mhm.
just all that comes
Yep.
off.
In where? At Solduck?
Solduck, yeah.
Soap Lake, just outside of
Yep, Soap Lake's
Quincy.
awesome too.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Okay.
I feel like this goes with the theme of the night. You've been kidnapped. Your kidnappers.
This is our random show.
Yeah, your kidnappers allow you to keep posting on social media to pretend everything's all right. What would you post that would alarm your followers without the
Oh.
kidnappers knowing you're asking for help?
I hate the Seahawks.
I immediately know what I would post.
I hate the Seahawks.
All
That
right.
if that doesn't tell people there's an issue and that things are bad in Frankfurt, I don't know what
Things
does.
are bad in Kevin's world. What
Yeah.
about you, Tom?
If I were to post that I was taking a tour of Catholic churches, that people would think there was a problem.
Not a fan of the Catholics?
Did just church in general. I joke all the time about, if I walk into a church, sometimes I, worry I might burst into flame.
Okay. Boss baby, what's yours?
Let's go camping. Want to go
Weenie.
hiking? Want to go camping?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
let's go
Lori?
camping this week.
What do you think mine is? It involves a beverage.
Oh, because I figured the perfect one for you would be God, Paul is so hot right now. Like that would be it for me. That would do. Okay, what
No.
beverage?
Coffee. I want some coffee. 'Cause
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
drink
Yeah,
coffee
'cause
at
she'll
I
all.
don't either.
not
Coffee's
drink.
gross.
Yeah. So
What?
everybody would be like, something's
Oh,
wrong.
Kevin, you're not a
Weird.
coffee drinker either?
No, God, no.
he's
How do you
absolutely
people
not.
maintain heart rate and respiration? I don't get it.
Tammy says, I am loving my decaf coffee. So
yeah.
Tammy
That's
must
not
not do
coffee.
decaf.
That's not coffee.
That's not real.
That's not coffee.
brown
I'm
water.
Quickly,
sorry.
other things in chat. Margie says Harrison Hot Springs in Canada. Kevin says road trip to New Jersey to check out the Quick Stop from Clerks.
Oh,
we
yeah.
should go to Bucky's if we're
And
in the
Smod
car.
Castle
we need to
Cinema.
stop at Bucky's.
Oh my gosh.
Bucky's is amazing.
Bucky's is
You know
amazing.
what? There is such a big deal at my work right now because we have a lot of people in Pennsylvania and there's Sheets,
Oh,
seriously, and
yeah.
Wawa. And they fight
and
about
they
it at
fight
every
about how
meeting.
big-
What are Sheets and Wawa?
They- like
But
Bucky's.
it's like
Gas station?
Bucky's.
Yeah.
What's Bucky's? I missed it.
Hold on, you ready for this?
It is like a 7-Eleven, but amazing.
Oh. 'Cause the
Bucky's is a truck stop.
Okay, because the only Bucky's I know is a muffler shop.
Okay, so listen. Bucky's is a truck stop.
Okay.
They have them all over the South.
Okay.
Are they other than Texas?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think-
yeah. I went to one in Alabama. Yeah, they got them all over
Yeah,
the
I
South.
think
Okay.
I went to one in Florida.
Okay.
Okay, they're all over the South. One of the Bucky's I went to had 100 gas pumps. And when you walk in,
It's
I want you to think of a
of
convenience store.
Walmart.
I want you to think of a convenience store that's like a mini Walmart. They make
Yeah.
their own jerky. They make their own taffy.
They have their own
They have
deli.
They have their own
bakeries.
deli. They have their own everything.
Yeah.
You can buy shirts. You can buy a barbecue.
Tourist,
Yeah.
you can buy
everything.
soap, shampoo.
Wow.
It is.
Have you ever been to a Cracker Barrel and you know
Yeah.
how they have all the fun stuff in the
Yeah.
front? It's like that times 8,000.
I think you should not
Wow.
call things Cracker Barrel though. That is severely
Hey,
racist.
I bought new shoes.
Talk in the
at-
microphone.
I got new shoes at Cracker Barrel this
I went to
week.
a Cracker Barrel when I was in Kentucky, and the food was great, but I
Yeah.
just thought it was weird that it was called Cracker Barrel.
Kind of reminds
And
me
there's
of
that girl that kept calling you sweetie, and you're like, does she really like me?
They're
Hey,
used-
Bob Ross, what's
it's all right.
what's your word or what's your phrase that we're gonna know is not all is well in
Yeah.
you've been
In face.
kidnapped.
yeah.
Biden for president.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That would be true.
I'm trying to find a quick photo of Buc-ee's to show Tom.
I-
Tom, this is the outside of Buc-ee's. Those are all gas pumps right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to find you a
Find
picture of
the
the inside of
inside.
Buc-ee's
People go bananas for Buc-ee's.
just to make you crap yourself.
That's like Perkins on.
yes.
Oh, yes,
Super
yes,
very
yes.
much like Perkins.
Perkins, yeah.
I forgot about
Wow.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, see at Buc-ee's they have delis where they make sandwiches and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
That looks delicious.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And that's what
they're
Wawa
effing
and
huge.
Sheets are like too.
I mean, they are
Yeah,
effing
and
huge.
Wawa.
That
It's
truck's
funny.
cool.
I forgot
And
about Wawa.
I
Yeah.
found your winter getaway that you would buy with your billions and
What
billions.
what is my winter getaway?
It's here in Montana, a beautiful 8-bedroom cottage built out of reclaimed lumber.
For all my Russian wives, yeah.
Yeah, well, 8 bedrooms, 16,000 square feet.
Oh,
That's too much to vacuum.
That's what the Russian wives are for.
And here's the deal. Here's the best
Oh.
part about a house that's 8 bedrooms and 16,000 feet. You can get plenty of room in between you and your Russian bride, right? So if she's in a
And
bad
all your
mood,
friends.
oh, I'm in the back 40 of the house.
Oh, and it's on 160 acres.
oh, that would be nice.
I would be such a bad John Dutton. I swear to God, I would be the wrong John Dutton.
That'd be
The
rip.
only downside is it apparently
Right.
is connected with a private road, Yellowstone Club, a golf country,
Mm-hmm.
ski community that includes Bill Gates. So, I mean,
What?
that's a
Bill
big-
Gates lives there. Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah.
He
Bill
probably
Gates
has a
owns
lot.
You
of
know,
land.
I would make it my personal goal to ruin his property value. Then
Why?
I'm just because I don't like Bill Gates' left-leaning progressive policies, and he spends too much money on them.
And his
So-
offshoot companies.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Wait a minute.
So I would.
Why, libertarian boy?
Yeah.
Why do you care what Bill Gates does with his money? He earned his money, right?
He did.
He decided to put it to causes that matter to him. I'm not a fan of his, but why do you care?
like little
because
kids to have
sometimes
sex
they
with?
affect me.
What has Bill Gates ever done besides designing Windows that's affected you?
Oh yeah, I don't like Windows anyways. But
I
yeah,
thought-
his mess, his dabbling in the
Quarantine world?
He won't stay in
quarantine
his
and
lane.
the
Vacation,
Child sex ring,
vaccinations.
maybe.
no the
There's no proof to that.
the quarantine time and the vaccine
it's-
stuff. He got
He
his
was on
fingers a
Epstein
little
Island.
too into the vaccine stuff as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, I would agree,
Yeah.
but isn't that his right?
Well, yeah, if he wants to,
Yeah,
but
so
it's
why-
my.
why-
But that
why do you hate him?
affects him. If
It
they
affects
tell him
me.
he has to get a shot.
Well, not only that, but there's several countries in Africa who have banned him and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for sterilizing 13-year-old girls with their supposed HPV vaccination.
He
Yeah.
he gets into things that he should keep his fingers.
Yeah.
out
I
of.
just don't know. I just what I
Especially 13.
Yeah, definitely 13-year-old girls. Yeah, he should
Wow.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh, I found another property here. Only $5
the
million.
views expressed by Lori are not the views of me for sure,
Wait, you don't
and
think
probably not the views of most African nations. But
Hold on,
go ahead, Philip.
Kevin, you're saying Bill Gates shouldn't keep his hands off. of
I'm
13-year-old
saying
girls?
I'm not touching those comments with
Bill
Oh,
Gates
that
is-
was me.
with
I
Bill
said
Gates'
that.
penis. Go ahead.
All right, we're less about 1 minute.
Yeah, what's the property you found?
Oh yeah, look at this. 2,672 acres, only $5 million, just outside of what's east of Butte.
East of Butte, Montana.
2,600 acres.
26, 30,
It's just
72.
outside of Butte, Montana. We call that the Sphincter. Welcome to
2,600
Sphincter, Montana.
for
In
$5
fact,
million.
I'm gonna
It's
if I
near,
have that
like-
much money, I'm gonna put a sign up that says "Welcome to Sphincter,
It's
Montana."
near Big Timber.
Is it near Big Timber? Oh, that would be great.
Oh man, it's awesome.
We're going to end on Facebook in a second. We're going to stay on. We're going to end on AM in a second. We're going to stay on Facebook just for a minute. I want to ask you guys on Facebook only. What kind of John Dutton do you think I'd be? So hold that thought.
Are there types?
Outlaw Radio. Stick around if you're on
It
Facebook.
was
If you're on
John the
AM,
Third.
we're back on Sunday at 8 p.m. I won't be here, but everybody else will be. And we love you guys. Outlaw Radio. If I won the lottery, I would buy more shirts like this. Just so we're clear, I'd buy more shirts like this. Okay, so you guys know who John Dutton is?
Yes.
He is
But I don't know what types of John Duttons there are.
I'm just saying, like any rich person, there can be different types of rich people. So John Dutton is the main figure in Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
He's the dude that owns the ranch. He has all of his kids. Kevin Costner, yeah.
Okay.
He is currently the governor of Montana, right? On the show in the 5th season, he's the governor of Montana. And he has a lot of power because he's in Montana where men are men and sheep are scared. So with all that power, how do you think I would be if I had that much power? If I was like, if I had 1,000-acre ranch and all the money and the power and the political influence, and I'm the governor of the great state of Montana.
I would unfollow you on Facebook
Would
because
you
would
really?
be annoying AF.
Oh, I know.
You would be so annoying. I couldn't follow you. I might be able to be friends with you, but probably not.
Okay. Lori, what kind of
You'd be annoying. That's all I got to say.
What kind of John Dutton would I be?
See, this is going to be an interesting answer because you've known Kevin a long time.
I think that initially you would be annoying, but I think that you would probably have your heart in the right place and probably tone it way down so that you could be more effective.
She doesn't know me very well.
But it would take you a few years.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Philip, what kind
Or
of
a
Kevin
gunshot.
Costner would I be? What kind of John Dutton would I be?
Well, I was going to say, I don't think you'd be the Kevin Costner one. I think you'd be John Sr.
I haven't seen 1883 or 1923, so
Your loss.
I just haven't watched them yet.
I haven't seen any of
At least
the
you didn't say
Yellowstone
Jamie.
Do you want to watch Yellowstone? I've got the first 4 seasons on DVD.
stuff. I've got Paramount at home.
How do
why don't you watch
I don't
it?
have time.
You got to start with 1889.
Are there DVD
It was
players
rough,
still? Is that
but
a
it was
thing?
good.
What, DVDs are a thing? Yes. Do you know why I get the DVDs?
So then you'll have them forever.
Yes, because I don't know what's going to happen with streaming in 10
I
years. I mean,
agree.
10 years ago, nobody
don't
thought
have time
cable would
for
even
that
still be
stuff.
around. What happens in 10 years? 10 years from now with technology? I have no idea.
Oh, cable's
You
done.
remind me of my parents when they bought out Video West and Stamp.
So
Oh.
anyway,
You're in a bedroom.
You're going to be in a better spot because we didn't talk about the strike.
I'm not talking about the strike. Oh my God, a whole bunch of rich actors and actresses want to make more money. Oh, boo.
It's writers,
it's not
too.
The actors and actresses.
No, the
it's
actors and actresses are
writers.
going on strike
No,
now
the
too.
actors-
That's because of the other ones. It's the writers that are going on strike.
The writers,
The writers
have
have been on
valid.
strike.
Yeah.
The writers have valid complaints about what they're going to strike for. The wages and stuff, not so much, but they do have really serious concerns about the use of AI and intellectual
Correct.
property.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And I think I'm going to sound. Where's my tin hat?
Put on somebody's tinfoil hat.
I'm going to say this right now. I think if there's one thing in our nation we need to be afraid of,
AI.
it is not the 24-hour news cycle. It is not the left-leaning media. It is not social media. It is not the internet. It is AI.
Yep.
Because AI
trust it.
left unchecked will fuck every single one of us.
I don't
Yep.
trust it.
Every single
Already
one
starting.
of us.
I have said repeatedly, I don't trust it.
Mm-hmm. So is Elon.
Yeah, I do not
Yeah.
trust it.
If you go to Google and you Google something, AI will give you its results.
Yeah.
That scares me because I don't want Google telling me what the results should be.
You didn't know that? That's been
No,
that
I
way.
knew that. No, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
using it as an example.
I mean, you also got the filter bubble as well. I mean, there's Google will give you results based on your search history,
Yeah.
which is nice for some things. Like if you tend to look up trips to Las Vegas, it'll give you results related to that. If
I
you like
just-
a lot of tech, you get tech results. If you like, painting,
I
you get-
just Googled, is Jesus the Lord and Savior?
Mm-hmm.
And here's their AI response. According to the gospel, Jesus is our Lord and Savior. The gospel declares that Jesus is Christ our Lord, who came as our King, died for our sins, rose to rule, and will return to judge. We accept Jesus Christ as our Savior. It involves a recognition of his lordship. The name Jesus comes from the Hebrew name Yeshua,
Mm-hmm.
which is based on the Semitic root meaning to deliver, to rescue. I'm stunned that's the response that AI gives me.
Which gospel?
So
I
ask
thought,
the
but I
same
thought,
result on DuckDuckGo. See what you get.
does DuckDuckGo do the same thing?
It's unfiltered. Just see if it's different. Same search.
So go to DuckDuckGo.
And just copy and paste in your
Is
search.
Jesus the Lord and Savior? I thought Google's would be much more politically correct.
Well, that is pretty.
It's pretty.
According to the gospel, the word means this. This is where the word origin comes from. That's pretty, like, paste.
I thought it
cut
would
and
have said
paste.
Jesus is portrayed in the Christian religion as the Son of God, and as
That's true.
but they didn't say that. They said they didn't preface it at all. That just surprised me. I did DuckDuckGo and I searched it, but it didn't give me any AI results.
There you go. No AI.
No AI. So okay.
Dun dun dun.
Dum, dum, dum. Tom, do you think I'd be a good rich rancher dude?
Yeah, I K-Dog that I know now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The K-Dog I've heard about from, I don't know, 15 years ago. You'd probably be the same dumpster fire I'd be.
Yeah. Do you know if I won all that money, I would seriously, we would go into business together. Black Ring Spirits would be a distillery steakhouse.
Oh, so I have like dreams and aspirations for the distillery someday.
Every steak on the char marks would have a black ring.
Oh yeah,
right in the middle of the
Get a
steak.
little black ring logo iron made so you can sear it. Oh
yeah. How do you like your steak?
Oh, bleeding.
Yeah. Rare?
Just
like
shy of moving.
purple. No, knock its horns off.
like
wipe
ice
blue.
like blue almost?
Knock its horns off, wipe its ass, throw it on the plate.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Philip, how do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Okay, good.
And like either filet or ribeye, none of that junk.
Yeah, no chuck roast for you.
My wife was trying to be nice one night. She's like, she's like trying to cook up these chuck steaks. I'm like, oh dear.
Hold on, can I tell you the best cut of steak? Try a chuck eye. It is the part of the chuck steak that connects to the ribeye.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually cheaper than a ribeye, but it has the flavor of a chuck steak, but it's more like a ribeye. Try a chuck eye. Literally try the chuck eye. Trust me. Just trust me. Lori, how do you eat your steak?
Medium well.
God damn it!
With ketchup.
Now we got to find a new CEO. Ketchup and medium well? What the fuck?
Lori, I'm going to give you a
No
hug and
way.
express some sympathy. Ketchup.
For fuck's sakes.
Ketchup?
Oh, you watched that too?
I love that guy.
So I have to.
Have you guys ever heard that guy?
Too, and I will take my steak just shy of mooing.
No, I can't.
Have you
I
guys ever
almost
heard that
died
guy, the
during
no way for
COVID.
fuck's sakes guy?
Yeah, for fuck's sake, he's so funny.
No, you just got me at the ketchup. That's
The-
all.
the
Medium,
long hair,
medium
the
well,
long
whatever.
If it's seasoned
Alaska.
well,
Hold on.
Okay.
Then I won't do
unmute my
ketchup.
laptop,
good.
Philip.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
Okay.
if it's
Don't just like
seasoned
it.
well,
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
then I won't-
on. Unmute it. All right. Now you can unmute it. Go ahead.
This is why we don't trust you.
I want to see if he says it. Here we go. So he's
Blow
messing.
all air you can into it.
What? No way. Fuck's sake, how many?
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
he learns all this fun stuff.
Anyway, yeah. All right. No way. For fuck's sake. He's totally Canadian too. You can hear it in the
Oh
accent.
yeah, he's got a flip top head.
Tom, boss baby, how do you like your steak?
Just shy of mooing.
Okay, perfect. Lori, we need to
And
fix
with Johnny's
you.
on it.
We need to fix you, Lori.
no.
Medium well?
Yeah.
Like that's one
What
step
did
away
you
from
say
shoe
what
leather.
For?
Hey,
because I like
hey.
Johnny's seasoning on my
It used to
steak?
be well done.
It's funny. My
Oh.
trying to teach my mother not to have everything well done.
No,
So she
Johnny.
orders her steak well done
That's-
recently. I'm like,
that's
I
stupid.
ordered, medium rare. Like, here, take a try to this. She's like, oh, that's really good. What'd you do? I'm like, didn't have it overcooked.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I believe that it should be more rare than medium rare, on the rare side of medium rare. And I don't think you over season it. You don't need to marinate it. I think you can give it a little salt, a little pepper, sometimes put a little butter seasoning on there, or just actually use a big whole whopping dollop of butter and pour that butter, baste that butter on top of it. Yeah.
Take a ribeye, throw a pat of nice garlic butter into a vacuum seal bag,
Yeah.
vacuum seal it,
Sous vide.
sous vide it to 129 degrees, hold it there for an hour or two, let all the connective tissue break down and stuff. Then you throw it on the grill and hit it with a hard sear so you get some nice grill marks. Oh,
But have you eaten a
so good.
buffalo steak?
No.
Oh
Mm.
my!
Do you know why I
that's
won't
good.
sous vide
Lord.
things?
So
Why?
Can I tell you why I won't? The honest to God reason why I will not sous vide things.
Why?
I dated this girl named Karen,
Uh,
like
that was your problem.
3.5 years ago, and all she did was be all snobby proud about she had a sous vide and she thought it was the best thing ever. And now I've associated sous vide with snobby Karens, and I can't sous vide. I
that's
just can't
sad.
do it. I just can't.
It's a cool tool.
It's like Subarus. I will never drive a Subaru because I've had it beat into my head that Subarus belong to lesbian soccer moms, and I've got nothing against lesbian soccer moms, but that's what I've been trained that's who drives Subarus. So I don't want a
can't
Subaru.
drive a Subaru because people already think I'm a butch lesbian,
But you're not.
and I'm absolutely not.
You're absolutely not.
You know,
Can't
that's
make it worse.
That's sad on the sous vide because I mean it's a good tool if you use it in the right
That
place.
is a
Oh, I know.
conversation
Dennis
that happened at
loved your
work.
sous vide.
I bet.
Dennis was
Is that a
ranting
girl or a
about your
boy?
sous vide. Let's be honest. Dennis thought it was the best thing
Girl.
ever.
It makes a hell of a steak, man, because it marinates.
Oh,
while
I
it
thought you said
cooks.
Subi.
No, sous
No,
vide.
Sous vide.
SOUVID.
I thought it was talking about Scooby Snacks,
Dennis just
a
loved that
drug he
sous
picks
vide.
up from the weed shop.
No, Scooby Snacks is what you get out of your pipe when you take a
You know,
hit. You get
whatever.
the chunks of pot in your mouth. You strain it through your teeth. Yeah,
This
I don't
edition
like
of
Scooby
weed.
Snacks.
This edition of Weed Talk has been brought to you by.
Black Ring Spirits.
All right.
Hold it.
Do we get to go home now?
You know what would be a great business venture for you, Tom?
What's that?
Black Ring Spirits and Weed, where people can sit around, drink your weed, smoke your stuff at the same time,
Drink
and
your
have
weed.
yeah.
That would be
That.
cool.
You don't
but-
drink
but-
the weed,
Was
though.
that
Usually.
Freudian?
Yeah, Washington State Liquor and Cannabis
Pretty much.
just passed. Well, I guess the legislature and Washington State Cannabis just passed it down to us. There was some bill that went through saying that cannabis and alcohol producers will never see the same licensing.
Correct.
So
That's
you
so
just be
weird.
two
Why do
businesses.
you care?
I don't know.
Why would the state care?
Because
I don't
that's it's called
'Cause-
getting twisted.
Yeah, well,
Just
honestly,
let them get twisted. Then you're grown ass adults.
yeah, I wanted to make a cannabis infused gin because I thought that would be interesting. It's an appropriate place for the cannabis and the flavors and all that. I
Mhm.
thought it would be amazing, but now that will never happen.
That's dumb. Let people make their own decisions.
I agree.
I firmly believe this. If you want to open a shop where people smoke indoors,
Oh,
like
a bar.
But it
Well,
has to be
tobacco
a-
smoke,
with
Its
cigar
own
smoke.
standing building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
so it's own standing building. You put a sign out front, smoking in here. Enter at your own risk. Here's the effects of cancer. Blah blah blah. And people want to come in, more power to them. I think it would be. I would never go there, but I think it'd be a great business venture where you distill your spirits. You sit around. You can smoke cigars or smoke weed. You sell some basic food,
Oh,
right?
sell
Because
some
Munchies would be a big deal there.
Sell
The
some
si-
amazing food.
The sign's got to say known to cause cancer in the state of California. Parentheses. Good thing we're not in California.
Amen to
Yeah.
that. All right, Philip, do you have parting shots?
Yeah, here's my parting shot. There we go. Got to turn that on.
Pew pew.
Referencing earlier with the Navy guys.
Mm-hmm. Bremolo. Mm-hmm. Yep. Whatever. I don't know what to do with you now.
Rude. I'm still single.
And you're not from Bremerton.
Yeah, you're not from Bremerton. You'd have to move to Bremerton to fit in. You're not a Bremolo anyway. You have standards. Will you please
barely.
unmute my laptop just for a sec?
It is unmuted.
Okay.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right. Lori, do you have parting shots?
I don't.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Here's Lori's parting shot.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Boss baby.
You didn't even hear my pew pew.
Pew pew. That's all you have?
No, I did a pew pew at you.
Yeah, it was good.
It was solid.
It was.
Solid pew pew.
You said I had standards, and then I said barely, and it was pew pew.
That's not even nice.
Shots fired. Yeah. I don't have good luck in the dating world.
And is that
I
like
took
I have,
something from my dad.
I have class, all of it low.
All of it.
Found another
what
parting
is
shot.
happening right now? Oh, there's one more Relay for Life this weekend.
Where's that?
South King County. So
Are you going to it?
That is my plan.
Do you need to be armed?
That is my plan. Did you ask if I'm gonna
Wait.
run?
No, do you
No,
have to be
armed.
armed?
You said
No,
it's,
not
you said
no.
it's
South King
South
County.
King County?
South King
So
County.
Tacoma.
Like Auburn.
We're in Pierce County, thanks. I'm
I know.
looking it
Auburn,
up
Kent,
right now.
Federal Way.
I thought Pierce
South
County was South
King-
King County.
No. South King. South King County Relay.
Yes, that would be what Auburn,
Oh.
Kent,
Auburn,
Federal
Kent,
Way.
I think
Covington,
it's Federal
Federal
Way.
Way.
if
The
I
Valley.
remember correctly. Here it is. It is.
I've heard it is the only relay for life that. Never mind. I won't make that
Oh,
joke. Never mind.
I
Go
do
ahead.
have to say it is 3030 R Street in Auburn. So that's probably I don't know.
I mean, once you're at our street, it's a street
It's
too
fine.
far.
It's R Street.
Bring your gun.
I do
Remember,
have to
meth
say,
does not cause cancer, so it's not frowned upon to bring it with you if you need to in Auburn.
But just remember when you came
but
to
you're
South
relay
Dakota,
for life. Come on, guys.
their saying was meth. We're on it.
um
Truly, it's look it up.
Have you been offended?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
So I was at a relay. That's why I was gone.
Mhm.
Our whole.
You mean
the
a
whole-
relay for life, not one of those
Yes.
naughty adult relays, right?
Okay, Adam and Eve. That store is in Billings, Montana.
Is there an Adam and Eve in Billings?
That is the real store, and there's also a. Oh, it's not Yosemite Sam's. It's I'm gonna forget it. It's something that starts with an S.
You already forgot it.
I did. It happened.
Starts
a lot
with an
this
S?
weekend. Yeah, it's
Okay.
like something Sam's, and they have so many
Like Sam's Club.
billboards. It's a gentleman's club.
Oh,
So
really?
many billboards with like meth head sultry ladies on the billboards, and it's awkward.
Oh, is that a thing? Meth head sultry lady.
You can tell they're trying to
That
be
paints a
sultry,
picture.
but they look
That's
like
enough.
they
They're
are
just
or have
trying to-
been meth heads at one
That's
point.
our next calendar we need is the
They're just trying to-
sultry meth head ladies.
They're just trying
Yes,
to collect
but-
the welfare checks from these dudes.
Yeah.
What the heck?
The first of every month in the calendar will say welfare day.
Welfare check day. But the thing that got me, mind you, I've done the Relay for Life in Tacoma, Washington, in the hood in Mount Toma for years. I have never seen more ankle monitors at a Relay for Life than I did in Billings, Montana.
Really?
I think we saw 6.
Wow.
6
Ankle
independent
That is
ankle
outstanding.
monitors.
We need more of those.
On like
On
people
humans.
walk. No kidding on
Yeah.
humans. Were they on walkers or vendors or?
Walkers.
Hey, Dennis,
Wow.
Yeah, participant.
Dennis.
That's funny.
how would you feel about going to the sultry meth head lady strip club?
He's like, I smoked what?
The sultry meth head lady strip club, Dennis.
The look on his face is what went through my brain.
Well, there's so much going through my mind of what is there going to be less of? Body weight, clothing, or teeth?
Yes. The answer is yes.
A really creepy combination of all three.
I think meth is the drug of choice in Montana.
Probably.
Oh,
Meth and mushrooms, I would bet.
I didn't know, and I learned that.
Well, hold on. I'm going to Google that. Let me see what AI
What is
says.
the drug of choice in
Let me.
Montana?
What is
God,
what is
while you're at
the
it, you wanna do
drug
that for welfare,
of
too?
choice in Montana?
I bet you get the same answer.
Oh, I even got a here are the popular drugs in Montana.
Awesome.
Fentanyl,
Oh, well, okay, but those are the dead ones.
methamphetamine,
Yes, I was right.
and cocaine.
I didn't see a lot of coke users in
And it also says violent crime is a drug of choice.
Yes. Violent, exactly. I didn't see those.
Hold on. And here's wait, this is even better. This is from xlcountry.com. The top 6 drugs of choice for Montana. You may be surprised. I won't
Meth.
be.
I was not surprised.
Alcohol's number 1.
Yeah, okay.
Marijuana number 2.
Sure.
Meth number 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heroin number 4.
Also not surprised.
Other narcotics number 5.
That doesn't.
And depressants are number 6. Most states use antidepressants,
Yeah.
but they're so fucking happy to be in Montana, they need depressants.
Wow.
That list isn't.
That's a weird
Alcohol's a
list.
depressant.
Yeah.
That
I'm
list
just
is
telling
just
you.
weird.
X3 Country
Kill the
100.7.
messenger.
But they did amazing and raised like almost $250,000 at their relay. So I don't know what they're pushing to get that money, but you know what? They're doing it. And it's all going to cancer research. So good on them.
Do you know that people are still posting happy birthday messages to me? My birthday was 48 hours ago, but they're still posting on my page. Thank you.
48 hours. Oh.
Thank you, people. Love you guys.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, did you know I posted a happy birthday? I sent you a specific text and you didn't respond to it.
I suck. Tom,
Okay.
parting shots.
Just making sure you know.
Hold on, can I be honest? I love you and I appreciate that you posted that you sent that. The problem is I get so inundated with them. I see them all, but just to reply to everybody.
Just send the thumbs up so we know you got it.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Love you long time.
Love you long time.
Love you long time. Tom, go ahead.
Love you short time.
Yeah, that's about all I
Let's
can
be-
muster
let's
for
be
that.
real.
Let's be honest. Love you long time. Love you for
short
38.
time.
Love you for 38 seconds
Love
and
you
crying
for about a
afterwards.
minute
Go ahead,
and a
Tom.
half, including the start and the finish.
Hold on, Tom. Dennis, do you have parting shots?
Would you like to shot apart? Part of shot.
Thanks for the awesome birthday to my family and friends that were there, and Tom for cooking.
What do you mean?
Heather cooked too.
Tom and Heather, brisket, potato salad. We had some
Corn on the
watermelon.
cob.
You didn't bring
ribs,
brisket
corn on
in.
the cob.
Yeah, Lori and I were talking.
Motherfucker, wait a minute. I just remembered this. You were supposed
I
to
was
bring
supposed to bring in
beef
brisket.
in to share
I
with the
was-
crew
I was
so we can
supposed to.
try out your brisket. And Dennis is over there going, thank you for the phenomenal brisket. Fuck you, Tom.
I dropped the ball.
It was amazing.
did.
Nah,
dropped
don't
the
do it,
ball.
Dennis. Don't do
Keep
it.
going, Dennis.
Everybody
I
that
dropped the
left
ball.
was full
And happy.
It was great.
God
That
damn
and,
it,
I'm
man.
happy.
God damn it, man.
And,
I did drop the ball.
On another note, though,
I hope two yaks fucking
keep
your
healing
living
thoughts
room.
out there. My grandson goes into surgery tomorrow, so
Oh.
yeah.
Will you keep me updated? I'll be out of town.
for
Will you
his
keep me
second
updated?
one, he should be good to go. It's going to be.
Is this the second follow-up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's just the cutest
And,
little
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
Shut up, Tom. I want two yaks to fuck in your living room. Shut up.
Hey, Dennis is doing his parting
Go ahead,
shot. Be
Dennis.
quiet.
At least I get to
anyhow,
enjoy the
so
brisket.
keeping that, in
Mhm.
thought, because that little guy, he owns my heart
Yeah.
to no end. So
Is he going to be at Children's
Yep.
tomorrow?
But
Okay.
it's going to be a 6-hour surgery,
Oh.
but they are letting him go home.
So when you go to
tomorrow, so-
Children's, tell them K-Dog sent you.
Wait, what?
Really? Tell
Oh.
them K-Dog sent you.
But
No,
I
my
won't be
son got
going.
treated there. They know me. Trust me, they know
I'll
me.
be waiting news as it comes.
Please
down
keep.
the hatch,
Will you
so-
please keep me posted in all
Yep.
seriousness?
Yep, we'll do.
And they're sending him back home tomorrow?
Yep.
After, wow.
So it'll be okay. Poor kid though, he's he's gonna deal with things like a catheter for 2 weeks,
Oh,
and
poor
I don't
guy.
like dealing with him for
How
2
old is he?
days.
How old is
and
he?
He's not even 3. He's not even 2 yet.
Yeah.
Man, they're gonna have to use a lot of surgical tape and stuff to secure that cath because he's gonna want to rip
Mhm.
that shit
Yep,
out.
he
Yep.
is.
Well, he's already had to deal with it for 2 weeks here not long ago, but now he's a little bit older and trying to keep him calmed down and not moving around. And
He is an
rambunctious.
energetic little guy.
He
Yeah.
is. He's busy.
Dennis,
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask your permission to do something on the show I have never done before. I
Okay.
cannot believe I'm feeling compelled to do this. Can I say a prayer for your nephew right now?
For my grandson?
For your grandson? I mean?
Grandson.
Sure.
Mhm.
What's his name?
Thomas.
He has a
Thomas?
good name.
Thomas has a good name.
And actually, his middle name is David, so his initials
Before
are
I-
TD.
I can't believe I'm going to say this before I pray, but shut up, yak fucker. All right. All right. I'm gonna.
That was
Nothing out of you. Hold on.
I'm
stop. Hold on.
so confused
All
at
right.
what church I've just walked into.
Listen, I don't pretend to be a good
Right?
Christian. I don't pretend to be a perfect Christian. I just pretend to be enough of one that Jesus will still love me tomorrow. Heavenly Father, whatever you got going on, whatever your plan is with Thomas, God, we just ask you to keep your hand on him and the doctors and the nurses and the staff and the people that are going to work on him tomorrow, God. We know that you have a bigger plan here. We know that you know what you're doing. We put our trust in you. We put our trust in the hands that you have trained and led to this moment, God. God, we just ask you to pull him through this. We ask you to give strength to his family and his caregivers and everybody who's looking over him. God, we know that glory is going to come out of this in your name, God. We just ask you to stay with Thomas and all of those involved in his care. And God, we love you. We trust you. And we know that your plan is at work here. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Also, side note, shout out to K-Mac. He's also going into surgery tomorrow.
Oh.
Why didn't you tell me that before I pray? We could have thrown K-Mac in there. We would have been
I forgot. As soon as you
we would have been
started, I
like
was
5
oh,
minutes
yeah,
praying for
K-Mac.
Thomas. And at the end of it, would have been like, oh yeah, and K-Mac too.
Yeah, he's going in for surgery on his
His
hip or his back.
Hip or his back?
Oh.
Yeah.
Or his
So-
crack.
His hip, his back.
Did you guys know that rap song? My neck, my back.
back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we know it.
All right. All right, yak fucker. What do you got for your party shots? What do you got?
Oh, you're so mean.
God, I can't
I'm
believe you didn't bring the
sorry.
brisket in.
I'm sorry.
I hope when the yaks are going at it in your living room, they leave a mess all over the place. Like there's Saliva and semen all over the place. You have it coming, man. Give me your parting shots, beef brisket boy. Come on.
I'm so sorry.
Right now, every Christian listening to this show is totally confused. He went from yak fucker to praying to jizz. Like, how does that happen?
You need to look up sagebrush Sam's in Montana.
Sagebrush Sam's.
That's what it's called.
Oh, hold on.
Wow, I don't even know what to say about that.
Sagebrush Sam's.
Well, while you're looking up Sagebrush Sam's, I'm gonna hope
Gentleman Club in full bar.
Yeah.
Because you need to be drunk to see those meth heads.
Probably do.
I'm gonna hope that Sagebrush Sam's wants to pick up this newest bourbon I just bottled.
Montana
is so good. So
wait, hold on. There's a link that says meet a few of Sam's girls.
Oh God,
oh
yes.
no.
Yes.
Philip.
He had to go to the loo.
Oh no.
I want to ask if we can patch this video from into our feed, if we have a way to do that. Because I would love to share this. When we do this K-Dog after Outlaw After Dark shit, right?
Yeah.
We can share some of this stuff. I would love to share some of the dating profiles I've come across in my life online.
Wait, me too.
Because I bet you some of them
Can
are
we-
fucking dancers at Sam's Club.
Aren't Sam's Club is even worse. That's the Walmart of strippers.
Oh my God, that's great.
But wait, aren't we making me a dating profile?
Yes,
what
we are.
happened to?
So
let's
there
see
are-
the-
Gosh,
There
that's
are
been like
se-
8 months in the making.
There are 7 of them on the website. Baby doll, Zoe, Lexus. Yeah,
Yeah,
these are
okay.
clearly their birth names. Nix, Quinn, Sable, and Daniela.
Sagebrush Sam.
Yeah, I could not remember the name of
Look
it.
at Quinn. Just look at Quinn, Tom. Like, that woman says, I haven't passed up meth since 1987, and I wasn't born till 1992. Okay? So...
Yeah, the 90s have called. They want the 90s want their. Well, that's not really 90s hair. Well, it's kind of 90s.
That's
80s.
90s meth hair.
Yeah, it's kind of not.
Dennis, am I still unmuted, Dennis?
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing.
All right. All right, yak fucker. What's your parting shots? Come on, yak fucker. Give it to me.
My parting shot is
Give it to me, yak boy.
I'm excited.
Philip, hold
He's
on.
from Yakistan.
Philip, is there a way that I can share the video from not now, but can we do this? Where when we're doing Outlaw After Dark, that I can share the video of what I'm seeing into the feed over here.
No.
Is that possible?
The answer is no.
No. I'm asking you for an honest answer. Do not cave to. But it is. There's a way to do it. No, I do not want to show the strippers.
Sagebrush Sam.
There will be
Sam's Club stripping.
nothing X-rated. But we wanted to show.
Yikes.
All right, go ahead, yak boy. What do you got?
My
Come on,
parting
yak boy.
My
Do it.
parting shot is
Give it to me, yak boy.
my excitement
it
over
is
a
messed
bourbon
up.
I just bottled.
Okay.
It limited run. When it's gone, it's gone.
From Yak Ring Spirits.
I'm gonna smack you.
Yak Ring Spirits.
From Yakistan.
Oh, you've broken Tom. He finally flipped you off.
Y'all are stupid.
Tonight's show has been brought to you by Yak Ring Spirits. Don't ask what comes in the bottle.
Don't ask why it's milky on
Good night,
top.
everybody. This concludes tonight's Outlaw Radio Network. Remember, Foot Picks by Kiki and Yak Ring Spirits.
Sales on the backside.
Good night, peeps. We love you. Keep yak.